What's going on, everyone?
It's Saturday, y'all.
Yeah, we're here for a rare Saturday show.
Ooh.
So happy to be here. Happy Saturday, you guys. It's good. Saturday night.
Yeah, we never do Saturday shows. We
always do it on a school night.
on a school night.
Yeah.
When all the little boys and little girls come home from school.
Yeah, they go play Roblox and watch Galaxy Jams.
Exactly. That's what I figured they would do.
That's wholesome content right there.
But hopefully, if you're tuning in, you're here at the right time and the right place, and just randomly tuning in, or you know what's up. So thank you.
Yeah, so I'm Mike Mahgerefteh, and we got Mr. EJ Toudt on the bass. We got Mr. Nate Sax on the guitar and synth. And we got Tony Scurria.
Yeah, Scurria.
Tony Scurria from
Scurria.
Delirious George. Why don't you talk a little bit about yourself, Tony, and what kind of projects you've been doing and stuff? And you and Nate play together a lot in different things. So tell me all about that.
Well, I mean, I don't know what's been discussed with regard to some of Nate's other projects, but yeah, I mean, I was also I play in Delirious George, but
What's Delirious George?
Delirious George is another group out of Norfolk. So we we play a little bit of funk music. Honestly, you know, we advertise ourselves as kind of a funk-oriented band, but we like to get down with a lot of different stuff. That's why this whole thing intrigues me, because I feel like it has the opportunity to go in a bunch of different directions.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome.
Which is pretty
And
cool.
that's why I invited Tony, because his band is awesome. I'm a huge fan of his band. They have stuff on Spotify, and what was the last one? New Funk Who Dis?
Yeah.
That was the album?
Yeah, that was the album. So
That's a great album.
You've
I love
actually
it.
been and played in this room before.
I have. So
But,
I have not been in. I've seen some pictures, but I've not been in the room. And I've seen some streams too. But I have not been in the room since this setup. So this is pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah. You were here when we were just like learning how to do all this, and we had the Jam Hub, but we didn't have the cameras. You know, we didn't have all this cool stuff.
The TV and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
No ability to like send it out into the universe, let people digest this.
Yeah.
I actually Bluetoothed it to the other room where you.
That's
here,
right.
Yeah,
It was
so,
closed caption jamming.
Yeah.
Or, what was that? Something.
It was like closed.
Not caption.
Cox Communication.
What is hold on? What does CCTV stand for?
Closed caption.
Closed circuit.
Closed circuit.
circuit.
I'm like I'm getting the second C.
It was a
wrong.
closed circuit jam.
It was
yeah.
closed circuit jam. That's
It used to be the Jam
I ruined
Hub.
the joke now, guys, but we really had to dig in there. But.
The Jam Hub used to sit on a TV tray. That's
Yeah,
how
in the middle, a TV
now
tray
it
in the
sits on
middle.
a wonderful stable desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, the Jam Hub is a discontinued item that we have put all of our faith in to do
Hey,
our audio.
we have two of them.
Yeah, we
we-
have two of them as a backup. So.
They don't make them anymore, and it's basically just a monitoring system for jamming. But we have the tracker, so that's why you're able to hear all these awesome songs after the fact that I get to mix, and we got some new ones coming out soon. So check those out on Spotify and or wherever you listen to music.
We already have a bunch on there right now.
I was gonna
right?
say,
That's
isn't
what
the
I'm saying.
catalog huge already?
It already is, but we
It
have
already
a
is
dive
huge.
on in.
Yeah, it's we literally are at the tip of the iceberg.
We have how many do we have in the waiting? Like 50?
Probably
50?
no more than that, because we've done probably 17, 18 episodes.
Right.
Times 4 for the most part.
Well, 4 for the most part and 3 now.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's probably honestly like 50.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I have a lot of work to do, but I have a
So much music.
It is so much.
I have a
music.
formula of like how I mix this stuff now. So, and I'm like getting better, and I just got new plugins, and my last mix was trash, even though I
It
had
wasn't
these-
trash.
but it was oversaturated in some
Yeah.
places. So I have to like go back
Did you
and
use the Wolf compressor?
no, it's not.
Yeah.
Wolf
Have
Press.
you used Wolf?
I'm using
compressor?
a-
Wolf Records.
I'm using a Rupert Nave VST, which
Who's Rupert?
he is one of the masters actually, and he
I see
created
what you did there.
some hardware a long time ago, or I'm not really sure how long ago, I have to look, but a while ago he was one of the pioneers of mastering, and so a lot of the best masters have his like hardware.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it'd be like a rack. Some of them like are super sought after,
Right.
and this kind of stuff makes the track widen and heighten. Instead of like like you think it makes it just louder, but it doesn't. It gives space to all its components, right?
Right.
But if used in the wrong way, like, or I'm still like kind of figuring it out, it kind of like oversaturates things sometimes. And so I'm learning a lot. I have all the plugins for my Apollo.
Yeah, it's a whole art form.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know?
And I think that I've been getting pretty good mixes out of these. The Vast Expanse was the last one we just put out with Danny Jams. It was our first time doing 5 people and my first time mixing 5 people. So that was like, it was a really interesting experience. And I hope that you guys go check out the Vast Expanse. Let us know what you think. I'm excited to keep making new music. So, well, let's go back to what Tony's about, like one last little bit, and then we're gonna play.
So what music have y'all played together? And you guys, you were in the Lotus cover band, right?
No,
actually,
he wasn't. I wasn't. That was
his bassist was, and his percussionist. It's like a whole big community,
happy family
of awesome.
There's a lot of crossover around town.
And I love
none of you guys even use protection.
So yeah, we don't, and it's.
I double bag it every time.
I've got a pick. I'm ready to go.
No, he has been awesome enough to play bass in 2 of these projects that I'm working on. Which one is my own project, The Life Hacks. We have some shows this summer at Decoys, which is kind of our mainstay. Couple of gigs this summer, and then he plays in The Righteous Few, which is a project with Maggie Delora from that's now kind of based in Nashville-ish. We're making things happen, but and Tony's on some of those on one of the tracks for that band too, right?
Yeah.
So on Shotgun Honey, we actually kept your bass track.
You actually did. I honestly I went in there recording and I expected like to listen back and be like, wait a second, I didn't do that. Nate did it again.
That's like acting in a movie and then
you
you watch the movie and they cut like all your scenes and you're literally not in the movie.
It's like the director's cut, and you're not in it. No, I have actually done that to bassists. I'm sorry to the bassist that I actually did that to in the past, but Tony...
Rude.
It wasn't... I told them it was happening. They saw it's like seeing a train coming, you know?
Rude.
Why you gotta be so... Okay, but Tony actually made the cut.
You should have just started singing that song for the next 4 or 5 minutes straight.
Hopefully my guitar playing holds
be
up.
So
Rude.
Followers on the... Is that from last time?
Oh, no, CND
man followed us.
Yeah.
And a new subscriber from last time, Elko Itachi.
Yeah, sweet.
That's cool. Well,
Oximus is still the only one that gave us a donation, though.
He gave us $4.20.
We're trying to get donations for cables, guys.
It's hard out here.
Cables.
It's hard out here in these Twitch streets.
Maybe we need to give a better reason because people don't think cables. Like we should say like we need it for like.
Yeah, I think cables sounds kind of weird. I think you kind of messed up there, Mike. Let's just put it.
I can't, dude. I think this.
Mike's
really
the
fucked
cable
up,
guy.
Dude.
He's
I'm
the cable
Larry,
man.
the Michael guy.
There's so many cables in this room, and somehow I feel like we haven't captured them on camera.
How about gasoline for gasoline?
They're like, these guys don't need fucking cables.
Say we need it for I don't know, anything. Like there's so many just terrible things I could say right now.
We need it for Mike's habits. Let's put it that way. That should just be Mike's habits.
Why don't you just put Mike's Nikes? You should just put that just for Nike shoes.
No, we actually
we do need them.
Yeah, to be fully honest, like we have some things that are gonna benefit us in the long run, so we do have the donations open for that. If you check this out, C&D man said, "I don't know, I see a bunch of cables already." Yeah, that's true. But dude, just today I brought in these Mogami Gold cables, right?
Gotta have.
And it took away like a whole.
Are you sponsored by them?
Sound. You should be.
I want to be Mogami. If you hear this ever, I would love that.
They're quiet as hell. It's great.
It's the best cable you can buy.
They're getting all this free.
We're gonna cut this clip later. No, it's the best cables you can buy, and we I just used it for my Arturia Micro Freak instead of the one I was using before, and it eliminated all the noise, and it made it super loud. I was apparently using the wrong cable.
And what kind of cable is that, Nate?
It's a Mogami Gold.
Mogami Gold.
Mogami Gold.
Here
Premium
on Galaxy
Deluxe.
Jam.
And that's basically why we need your donations, because they're expensive cables and they make everything sound better. So if the cables make it sound better, we sound better to you.
That's right.
All right, you guys want to go into a jam?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go ahead and do something like that. Hello. Yes, we are back. That was a saucy little jam.
Yeah, that
I
was
lost
a good
my ears
time.
at the end of that.
You lost your ears.
Yeah.
What, they like you sat on it weird?
Yeah, I don't know. Something happened. Cool. Well, C&D man said, "This is sick, guys. Got to go, but really enjoyed the jam. Cool. Thank you.
Pretty sweet.
I'm glad you
Sweet.
checked it out.
Definitely.
We've never done it on a Saturday, so it's kind of interesting. It's a different vibe.
It is a different
Like-
vibe.
Yeah.
Because I had a gig today already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I played at O'Connor Brewing for Bonnaroo, and so I feel like I already did my music today, and I've been like cutting off Tuesdays for our jams.
Right.
So I'm fresh at the end of the day. But now it's like when I add a gig, it's not like I didn't feel like that was good. It's just like when I add a gig to the day, it feels different when I get in here.
Right. I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
What was my excuse then?
No, it was all
shit.
great.
No, I thought you did good, man. It was fun. It's hard to like figure out where a jam's going. Like, what do you think? Just from a musical perspective, what do you think creates? I don't know if this is a big question, but what's like your favorite chord progression that really creates a tension or a moment? Do you have one?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I could start something out. I don't know. Isn't that the point of chord progressions? Like any of them, there's plenty of them that I feel like I can name the ones that don't do anything more than for me.
Yeah, like
than I can like all the ones that are like, ooh, why does that work in a way that
Yeah, a lot of times like the 4, 5, 6.
Those are safe ones that feel good.
What that it's like the every song progression. It's like 1 5 6 4. That's what it is.
How deep does your audience go in music theory? I feel like.
Well, I mean, we're kind of just like doing a Saturday thing, so I figured we talk about music.
Absolutely. I mean,
because we haven't really done that much.
Somewhat.
A little bit.
Here and there.
When we react to stuff, I'll talk about theory a little bit, but like when it comes to jamming, there's like certain progressions that are just easy, and they can like generate themselves, like 1 or 4, like 1 to 4 or 4 to 1. These are like scales of like where the chords lay in the scale. The 4 creates this like new door to like a new key a lot of times, like because then if you end up like riding on the 4, like for instance we were in D, right? So I kept saying G, and then we were like rocking between the G and the D, and that's the thing. Then you start to add like the C in there, which is like the flat 7, and you start to feel that like Mixolydian jam mode, and that's like just where you want to be. As I feel like sometimes the jam band, that's pretty much where you want to be a lot.
The Mixolydian?
Is in that Mixolydian scale.
Are you cracking the code on the jam band right now?
Yeah, I mean like
I already cracked the code on the jam band too.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well,
so
Mike, you draw from a lot of different influences, but a lot of yours is Jamtronica.
To be a successful jam band, you need to have a food or animal in your name. You need to be from the Northeast.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all you need to do.
That's it?
Pretty much. We were gonna name this Galaxy Goose, but
you need to have a bird or food.
Yeah.
I mean, not a bird. You need to have food or an animal in the name, and then be from the Northeast, and then profit. You just instantly start profiting.
Like, have you heard of that new band Sandwiches from?
Dude, it's like that, man. Like I feel like, especially
from Delaware.
It's so weird, especially with DJs. I feel like it's like we're like at the end of this big long conveyor belt, and like every week they're like, come check out Shmee Shmaw at Peabody's, sold out, and it's like.
I know a name we could
fuck?
steal. We should steal the name and just become successful. Just call ourselves Handsome Biscuit.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
even though there's a disco biscuit.
then there's Risky Biscuit, which is
Risky
another
Biscuit band.
Twitch. Shout out to Risky Biscuit.
Yeah, shout out to those guys.
That seems a little bit.
They do covers and stuff. They're sick.
What is Risky Biscuit? What are they referring
like risky
to?
business?
Their band is. I mean, their dog's called Biscuit.
Oh, okay, but there's that movie called Risky Business, right?
I need to get my mind out of this.
And also,
I need to get my mind out
Theo
of
Von said you got to risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah,
he has said
you
that.
do have to risk it for a biscuit.
Yeah,
no,
I don't want to take that from him. He said that, so that's a Theo Von quote. You got to risk it for the biscuit, baby.
So
Yeah,
that's
He
pure.
also like sold hamsters at like rock shows.
Yeah.
Like, you listening to that guy?
Yeah, that's a great special. Anyways, back to what I was saying.
The music.
My boring conversation about.
Your Mixolydian chants.
Yeah,
I just wanted
I
to.
like it when bands 8, 7, 5, 6. It just makes
and
me
then
cry.
they 3, 2, 1 right in my eye. Like
Music 101.
no, but something that we get into a lot that I wanted to point out was like this like half step thing, and it's hard for me to explain this and not play, but like when you start to add that half step in there, it becomes automatically
Tension.
like tension. But not only that, it like takes you to a place, you know, like all of a sudden you just went from like the jam band festival to like Stonehenge,
right?
You know, like you're like in this like kind of like
You mean like a half step up from the tonic?
No, like
Or just
like adding a Neapolitan 2, which is like the half step chord to your chord progression. It creates an automatically Egyptian or Jewish or like Middle Eastern sound. So what is up with that? Like,
can I like just jump in for just 1
ahead.
second with something totally out of left field? I just started playing the new South Park game, and it's an RPG, and you pick your class, right? Like barbarian and mage and things like that. And one of the classes is Jew.
Really?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I picked
hold on,
it.
is that new?
yeah,
and
I've seen that before.
And I picked
yeah.
it, and it's like a
think I had that
full-fledged
game.
skill tree.
Yeah,
like
they
they
have
went
the-
all in and
Yeah,
made
yeah.
it like its own
You
class.
have more luck and stuff.
Yeah,
and
so like the first move is like the Sling of David, where it's like a sling.
I've played that game actually.
I
think.
just started. It's like
It's so
hilarious. but
funny.
I picked the Jew.
It's pretty on
And,
the whole game's
you know,
pretty
'cause
on
I'm
the nose,
Jew.
if I remember.
What was that?
What was that?
we
I
had
don't know. It's some kind of echo.
we had delay in the chat.
That was strange.
Oh,
Anyway,
We had Mike saying, "I picked the Jew. I picked the Jew. I picked the Jew."
Yeah, that was weird. I've never had that happen. Maybe it was just like a computer thing.
It could have been a computer thing.
This is a streaming program. We have things like this to look forward to. But back to what I was saying before Mike just started talking about Jews.
Jewish people.
No.
Specifically.
No, I'm just kidding. What is that? I just want to have a little
Jews?
conversation. No.
Okay, sorry.
What is that about that chord progression that all of a sudden takes you to like the desert or whatever? You know what I mean?
It's probably just where that kind of thing originated.
Yeah, we've been primed to think that. But I think, all right,
It only reminds you of the
answer-
desert because it's like the type of people, like it's not like inherently like that. It's just like where it is.
Were you talking
I know,
like a
but
Phrygian scale? Like,
I'm just
so
like the Phrygian or like the basically altered scales that are half step oriented.
What I was gonna say, the more I'm sitting here and thinking about it, and what actually does interest me, as far as like a jam, are ambiguous. Like, are we in major or minor moments in chord progressions that can happen? Where, like, for instance, if you take like an E major 7,
It did that noise at the beginning of the show too.
you go.
We can't hear the guitars.
Oh, you can't. Well, but you would go up to say let's say the G in the same chord shape and down to C in the same chord shape, keeping them all major, but relative to the first chord that you played, they're kind of in more of a minor.
They go darker because you're going down.
But you keeping the chords major, and it kind of just opens up for a lot of accidental notes that don't, like in a context, might not sound as good, but other notes, I don't know. You can sell the spicy notes more.
Yeah.
Well, chord progressions that you can sell the spicy notes, whatever that means. That's my final.
Sell
answer.
the spicy notes.
Yeah.
I just like that phrase. But I guess I'll kind of answer my own question a little bit. I just thought about it. Like, it has to do with microtonal music, you know, because
Please bring up King.
no, well, King Gizzard does utilize it. Thank you, Tony.
There he is. You got to get at least one.
Got to bring up the
Gizzard in.
King Giz, but no, the microtonal music it is mostly from these eastern places, right? And then so the closest that we can get to it in Western music is a half step.
Right.
We can't really do quarter steps except for bending on guitar strings or changing your tuning.
You have some opportunity.
The bending, yeah, but I think that's why. I think that we associate like those scales with those countries and origins because in those countries they have a whole different set of rules.
And they're probably the ones that came up with that.
Yeah.
So that's why they're
So it's like
associated.
old music, you know what I mean? And there's something really like ceremonial and like spiritual about it to me. Like when we start to go into those places and you feel like you're not on solid ground, but you're in a holy place or something like that.
Are you trying to say we sometimes can take it to church with jams?
I'm talking about like the church like of King David. like the sacred scrolls of like, you know, like the
It's a temple at this point.
Yeah, like
temple music.
Madonna
Seriously,
literally
like temple
comes
music.
up and starts preaching to you about the Talmud.
What? Yeah, Madonna actually performed at my bar mitzvah. No, I'm just kidding.
Fun fact.
That would be crazy though. Like if you're like one of those kids that has a birthday party or bar mitzvah that's somebody really famous.
Yeah, and they're like, Justin Bieber's hanging out in your backyard and singing you happy birthday.
You made it sound so boring.
Yeah, and, I'm like, and here I am smoking a cigar in a robe.
But he does like half a song and he's like, "All right, I'm out." You know.
Whoa, goodbye.
That's all you could afford. See ya.
That seems expensive probably.
Come on.
Probably. Definitely more than the cameo thing.
Well,
Yeah.
CND Man subscribed. Thank you,
did.
CND Man.
That was awesome. Sandman, I'm calling you now.
Sun
Canned
Send-
Man.
He like unsubscribed.
Canned
He's like, you said it
Man,
wrong.
Sandman. I don't know. We'll do it any which way. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about some music for a second. But have you guys been watching any shows recently?
Yeah.
What have you been watching, EJ?
A home renovation show out of Britain. Pretty heavily.
What is it? So
These walls are putrid. You know, like,
wait, so it's like they
say
take
that?
bullshit
Well-
and make it into greatness?
Yeah, they take basically like you don't have to move out of your house. You can renovate your house.
So
Do they do it for them?
Is it
No.
along the lines of what you commonly see on HGTV,
Oh yeah,
Where it's like
it definitely has the formula, but there's only
with a different accent.
They're
and a
like
different- and,
Matthew's
they have
is-
flats.
Matthew's a
instead of
school
yarmouths.
teacher. Matthew's a school teacher, and Lucy's a substitute teacher. And
Making
they're-
3.5 million.
Yeah, they're looking for $4 to $5 million.
no, it's not like that. It's actually more in reality.
Okay.
So basically,
that's the draw.
Yeah, it's like an interior designer, and she goes and figures out what the problem is with their living space, and like records them for like a month, like on video, and then figures out what they do in their house. So
Maybe
so
you
it's like-
shouldn't be smoking cigarettes while on the toilet, Janice.
What I was gonna ask was how many episodes like involve like, and we're gonna have to put a support beam in here because we're gonna take this wall out.
Everyone, they take a wall out every episode.
How many?
Yeah.
there's
Every
there's
episode.
always a support beam.
And it always goes at least 10 to 20% over their budget.
Yeah.
But no, so basically she has it where she creates a heat map with the footage that she takes to show how they actually use the house.
Oh,
and then which
okay.
is kind of interesting, different. And then she
So
has
that's like the
a,
thermal activity of people in the house.
yeah, just like a heat map, just like by where they are and how much time they spend.
Thermal
So
activity.
if they spend 24 hours in the living room, it gets more red, and if they never go into the garage, it's always blue.
Sure.
So they do that, and then they also she has like an actual to scale floor plan on a floor, and so they can walk through their house, and then when she gives them the design options that they could do, they can walk through it in the actual size it is, kind of a thing.
And then their like disowned son that lives in the basement just like is turning that whole thing orange.
Milo.
Milo is like, Milo lives downstairs. He only eats bread and porridge, so they won't need to go see him much. They
Right.
can just knock this wall right out,
Right,
you know?
right.
He doesn't need toilet paper anymore, so you can just.
We gave Milo an Amazon button, so he can just order whatever he wants downstairs.
I mean, that's.
But getting back to the money thing, is that sometimes their budget's like £5,000. That's it. And they're like, you got to get creative for that, to do. And they do some pretty cool stuff. But so I've been watching that, and then I've been watching The Boys.
The Boys, yeah.
I
was
read
gonna say
that
The Boys.
like.
I haven't done
Can
the
I
new
ruin
season
the
yet.
first episode of the new
No,
season?
I haven't seen
No.
it.
No, you're not allowed to do that
No,
on the
you're
show,
not
Mike.
doing that,
Why
man.
would we do that? I will say that
You
the
look
show,
genuinely sad right now.
Because it's.
The thing about the
Stop.
show, without ruining shit for people, the thing about the show that I like is that it hasn't changed its tone at all.
Not at all.
Not a single beat. And
Right.
and even in the new season, like you don't notice like some overly, you know how sometimes like a show will be in its third season, like Stranger Things, I think, kind of rode the line of that.
They're like, we're making a lot of fucking money, so we gotta harp on
we
it.
gotta like
There's
pump,
a lot of
pump
product.
our,
Yeah,
There's a lot of product placement.
Yeah, exactly. Not only that, but they pretty much have like focus groups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you can tell that
Well-
like they're doing the thing that like America wants.
Well, the other thing
they're
though
like,
is they got to
it
figure out
feels good.
it's all being done differently than it used to be. It used to be like Warner Brothers and footed the money with a bunch of producers, right? But now it's literally product placement because it's like Netflix and Amazon and all
Hulu.
these, and Hulu and stuff like that. That's how they get the money to do these shows.
so
They're-
it's
they're competing
consistent.
with
Yeah.
Hollywood.
I mean,
Oh, absolutely. I think they're doing better than Hollywood, to tell you the truth.
well, yeah, but they've also found a little bit of a snare in the demand,
Right.
like because people like will jump between subscriptions
Mm-hmm.
when a app starts to like lose its flavor.
Right.
You're like, oh, I already watched everything on Netflix. I'm gonna get Disney Plus for a while, and we were like kind of bouncing between,
Right.
and I think that's the problem they're noticing. That's why like.
There's a lot of people like me that just keep everything on all the time.
I think soon it's all gonna just form into like one big service, and then there's gonna be a competition, and then it's just gonna repeat itself like infinitely.
Right.
But and Netflix is pretty good at it. Like they come out with a lot of original content, but that's actually not really what people want.
Right.
People
What
just
do
want
people want, Nathan?
people want their comfort shows. Like and
I just
when
want
they-
my
when they go
Paula
on-
Deen.
I mean, well, maybe not you necessarily, EJ, but I think that a lot of the average people, EJ is more of a he's an anomaly. Let's put it that way. You're not part of this.
I
Go
like
ahead.
the original shows. What are you talking about?
No, I like them, but I'm saying like they get more views when they add like something back, like The Office or Friends, or
Friends,
something.
yeah.
Well,
Because they pay like $1 jillion for that shit too.
And so like instead of making like a new Rugrats series, which,
You're not
you know,
alone in it. I don't go back and
They
watch
just-
shows that often.
I do. I go. Well, not that often, unless I just can't find anything.
I don't watch franchise reboots like ever.
My biggest pet peeve on it is you go on Netflix and everything's like from Japan or Korea, and some of those shows are okay, but
or I'll start a show.
Then you started watching some stuff.
What are you trying to say, EJ?
I'd rather it just be like I like the shows better when they're in English.
Well, I watched a
EJ.
show like
I'm just gonna say it.
You don't like subtitles? You can't read?
I don't mind subtitles. I saw a lot of great movies like Kung Fu Hustle. I love it. Subtitles.
Kung Fu Hustle.
And when I watch something like that, I do like to watch it in the original language. Like there was like Let 'Em In. There was a series that was done in
English.
It was done in English.
The
at
original
first, but
movie
it was
from,
actually
like, Eastern
done
Europe.
Swedish.
No, it was Norwegian or Swedish.
Norwegian, yeah.
And I really like that version better. So I'm not against that. But I'm saying when they sit there and I'm like, ooh, this looks like a cool show. And all of a sudden it was done in like half the production time and they don't really do a good job and it's from like Spain.
That's why I resist remakes. Like I said, I don't go back and like my wife can just sit and just watch like Parks and Rec again, just because like I'm just watching it again. Like I can't.
I can do
and,
that
and do a show. Like
I can do that only with certain shows I haven't seen for a long time. Like I watched Community.
Yeah,
great show, but I had to forget about most of it.
That's Dan Harmon, right? This guy that did Rick and Morty,
right?
Eventually, yeah. And but I'm saying I feel like people would rather Netflix just put that and leave it as it is than make new shit.
They try and make a lot. Like, if you've seen that show, like, Is It Cake? They've been
I
doing
like
reality shows.
Is It Cake is cool. It gets a little repetitive, but it's cool.
Well, there's a lot of good original shows out there, though.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. I just think I was just saying that what I noticed.
He's saying what the people want.
No, I'm saying what I noticed that like people were like they go crazy over is more like reboots or like old shit.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's a comfort. It's like you said. It's a comfort thing. It reminds them of something. There's nostalgia.
Space Jam 4.
Like if Netflix like did a reunion for like Friends, like a whole season,
I would not watch.
Didn't they do that?
But see,
they did
you wouldn't
like
watch it. But I swear to God, that would be like #1 for like.
I say
a
that,
month.
and I did watch like all of Cobra Kai. Now that I'm thinking about
Cobra Kai, though, is an extension of that show. It's not. It's
You're right.
The
You're
movie.
right.
The movie.
right.
You mean?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
an extension
yeah.
of the movie. So that was a little, but it was bad. I mean,
was
it's
terrible,
bad. It's
but
terrible,
I
but it's
watched
good.
it-
Terrible.
There's
There's good. Terrible.
I thought the first 2 seasons were watchable, and then it got worse.
Yeah.
bad. Terrible is like Sex and the City reboot.
Oh, listen. If
Bad,
you,
terrible.
That you guys are talking on Netflix. If you look at my Amazon, it is like, it knows that I like shitty B movies from the 70s and 80s.
Right.
Like it feeds them to
Like
me.
Caged Women.
Yeah, there's all that stuff. My wife and I would just like, how bad can this movie possibly get?
Honey, it's Thursday night. We got to watch Caged Women.
Yeah.
What's Caged Women?
I don't know. Some
Or how about
bad B movie from the 70s.
Wait,
Preacher
oh,
Man,
it's a movie?
Stuff like just,
Preacher Man.
That's a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible movie. Don't look it up.
Yeah.
Gymkhana.
I've never seen that.
Gymkhana. Like it's a gymnast that gets hired by the government to go infiltrate like a American Ninja Warrior thing.
It's like a lot of parkour kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it's like to save it. I don't know. It's
No,
to
my
go
fa-
get the Soviet nuclear
It's
codes
so-
at the
it's-
end
it-
of the
no, it's like exactly.
obstacle course.
he like infiltrates some made up country and like he needs to like the U.S. government needs to reach out to like get the favor of the leader and by like entering this gymnast into this like basically.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen
with
that
death.
Gymkhana.
Yeah, like like terrible.
My
stuff
favorite
like that.
B movie is Surf Nazis Must Die. You ever seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
And it's like on the trailer for it, it's like only one person can defeat the surf Nazis or something. And it's like, that's Leroy's mom. And it's like this black lady with a shotgun, and she's like, I'm gonna kill those motherfuckers. It's like
and it's terrible. It's
it-
done with like a 8mm camera.
Yeah. Well, you know, Trauma Productions that they made a lot of like Toxic Avenger.
I was about to say, did they do Killer Tomatoes from Outer Space?
I think that was somebody else, but they did Toxic Avenger and they did like Kotobuki Man, which
Right.
was like a
Kotobuki Man.
You know what I'm talking about?
Have you guys seen Killer Tomatoes from Outer Space? I think it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I like
Attack
Ki-
of the Killer Tomatoes.
Or I like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh no, it's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Have you ever seen that?
Have you
Yes.
seen like Revenge of the Nerds?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And there's at least 3
That's
of
a
them.
classic, actually.
I feel like there's at least 3 of them. Right?
What was that?
There's at least like 3 of them, right?
For what?
Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes.
Yes.
There's more
yes.
actually. There's
Like one of them's name is Booger, I feel.
Yeah,
like.
Booger, and he had the sensei.
There's
Yes,
a
he did.
Valentine
Upward
special.
grossness.
There's a Valentine
I feel
special.
like rape happened in the first one. Like,
Oh, no doubt. No, well, there's panty raids.
well, no.
and stuff.
So like,
No.
remember he tricked the girl. He was like wearing like a Vader mask or something.
Yeah,
like
he
that.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
has
yeah.
sex
and
with her
like
at the
he has
end.
sex with the jock's girlfriend.
Right, because
Because she thinks it's him.
the other guy.
how
Yeah.
could she think that he was the jock?
They're
don't
like,
know.
oh my god, he just smells and like his penis, like it's exactly
So no.
all
So
the
then,
same.
and then after he's done, he takes the mask, and it's just like,
And he's like,
she's just like, oh, like I guess it was you, like not upset that she just had sex with anybody, like
Yeah.
somebody that she didn't think it was.
she was still
was the 80s.
processing.
because
She was still processing.
Like, it,
I was
apparently the
gonna
dick
say-
was so good, she was okay with it. He tricked her.
I was
into
gonna
She
say
married
though,
him.
it was
Right,
it was
eventually
the
they did get
80s.
married, so it was okay.
It was the 80s though, and it was college. You know, like they're
Welcome
like,
to
people have done-
Galaxy Jams, guys.
People have done
Welcome.
people have done way more shit, like worse shit in college. I'm not saying they should, but I'm just saying like college is like a cesspool of all that. You know.
Remember that Tom Hanks movie was pretty bad. If you actually rewatched it, it was Bachelor Party.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Big.
No, Bachelor Party.
Like
Have you
when
ever
she
seen that?
has sex with him in Big, and then he turns back into a kid, and she's like, "I made a mistake."
He just all of a sudden is in a big suit at the end of the
Right.
movie, like he shrunk back down.
Wait,
She's, like,
what was
looking
the
at
one you were talking about?
Bachelor Party.
Oh yeah,
Party.
I love that movie.
Yeah, but it's really when you rewatch it, it's got a lot of really bad things in
It's
it.
like,
that,
couldn't
bad
make
things
that
for
today.
now. You know?
I like it when the waiter or like they're at the strip club basically, and the waiter comes up with like his dick on a plate,
Yeah.
and then like his wife's or his like fiance's mom starts like jacking him off.
Yeah, and
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
What
it was-
movie is this?
It's
Now he- now he's
all of a
too
sudden, all of a sudden,
I'm alert. Okay,
Mike is intrigued. Look at him; he's intrigued.
I'm alert.
It was
And
called-
I'm ready. I'm at attention.
It was called Bachelor Party with Tom
yeah,
Hanks.
with
And
Tom
they,
Hanks.
they went on a bachelor party. I don't think it was his, right? It was his friend.
Here, I'm gonna look it up.
And there's a scene where she won't let go of the guy's dick, and he's like, and she's like, oh my, you gotta watch it. It's
The
hilarious.
keyboard is not working now for some reason. I have no idea what's going on.
I think that was the
was
noise that it was making. Yeah, there it is. We got.
I don't think anybody can hear it.
Is it working now? I don't think they can hear it.
They
If
can't hear that?
I think they
maybe.
can.
Oh.
We love you
Is
guys.
Is it working now?
Yeah.
We love how you can hear things we don't want you to hear. But no, I like Revenge of the Nerds though. Back to that, they had the scene where they like did the performance. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
They're like, everybody, clap your hands or whatever, and then it's like
Yeah.
we are the nerds. Or, I don't know
It's
what
like
it was.
electronic rock.
Lambda, Lambda.
We're gonna watch it. Let's watch it.
What, the Revenge of the Nerds? Yeah, let's watch that.
The talent show at the end where they come out and rock out.
We should do some reactions during our show.
Well, reactions.
We
to this
shouldn't
guy.
because the thing is that they mute like the video
Oh yeah.
on Twitch. If it's like that, we can't do that.
But we can't, so we can't watch it. Huh?
We can watch it.
Well, we
I mean,
can
you
watch it.
Well, I don't care. Let's just watch it. It's fun. It's Saturday night, man.
I feel like we should
Here it
just
is.
watch it.
Okay, hold on. Let me get the right thing up here. All right.
Everybody. Come on.
He's like, and I like when Lamar's like, he's like, break.
yeah.
Wait for that. That's the best part.
We got the break.
Lambda, lambda, lambda.
They got the rolling beat machines.
Yes.
This is keyboard heaven.
That dude.
Great shot.
It looks like so much cocaine.
Automatically, everybody loves him now.
Yeah, now all of a sudden they're the coolest guys.
Look at that guy.
It's like
Booger.
craft work. Is that
Booger?
off, right?
That's Booger, yeah.
It's
Booger
supposed
in
to
an
be
Elvis
craft work.
outfit?
Yeah, it's craft work with Elvis.
With a really bad sounding guitar.
But this is like, it sounds like just straight 80s jazz fusion or like fusion music.
Wait a second.
I hope he's actually Native American.
I was going to say,
he's
hold
Asian.
up.
He's
hold on.
Asian,
I think he
yeah.
was Asian, and I was
Yeah.
like, hold up.
He's Asian, yeah.
He's like, well, they came
He's
Here
the
he
one
comes. Wait, here it
There
is.
he is.
And
The best part.
everybody clap your hands.
Wearing
We
the Eddie
lambda,
Murphy.
Lambda, and
Make
make
a
a
move.
move.
I guess
And we've come here on stage tonight to do a show
was
for you.
questioning that.
We got a rockin' rhythm and a high-tech sound that'll make you move your body down to the ground. We got Poindexter on the violin, and
Poindexter.
Lewis and Gilbert will be joining in. We got Booger Presley on the
Where's
mean
his
guitar,
microphone?
and a rap by Little Omi.
the sound is
We
so
got
weird.
Takashi beating
Yeah, but I mean, like,
what do you mean?
Yeah, but can the crowd just hear him? He's not like.
It's a video, Tony.
No, this was
from a movie.
No. Okay.
They were doing. They definitely lip synced
Here's
it.
the kid. Yeah,
Break.
Yeah, no, the sound was this bad.
Oh, that was a little genius boy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's in their fraternity.
I feel like there was a
The
few,
nerd fraternity.
I feel like there was a few movies in the 80s where there was like a young kid goes to college.
Oh, yeah, there were a lot of them.
I feel like that was a thing. Or an old guy goes back. I think that's Rodney Dangerfield.
Or there's one cool nerd, like in Real Genius.
You talking about Val Kilmer?
Oh, yeah.
May you rest in peace. Didn't he just die?
I don't think
No.
he died. He's sick, though.
No. May he rest in peace. Didn't he just die? Like, as you assume someone died on our show. Thank you, Tony. We don't have Kai tonight. We have Tony. We have Kai's lies. We have Tony's baloney.
Tony's baloney. It's Tony's baloney.
These are all verified facts,
Tony's
people.
baloney.
Val Kilmer is dead.
Tony,
what'd you eat for lunch today?
Leftover refried rice, yeah.
Refried rice?
That
That's not a
sounds
thing.
yummy.
You refried it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like refried beans.
No, like I had rice that was
fried rice.
It was just regular white rice out of there.
So you made fried rice.
So that's fried rice.
Did I say refried rice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So like that means that you took fried rice and like made fried rice.
I did. I guess I did make fried rice.
Did a shrimp fry that rice?
No.
Did a shrimp fry that rice, Tony?
No, it didn't. I love shrimp fried rice.
You want to get in? Do you guys want to do another shrimp fried rice jam?
Kinda. What do you think?
Let's do one.
All right. Nice. That one got real airy at the end.
Real airy and bouncy, a little bit pixie.
It's funny how like the talking in the show is a lot like the playing.
Yeah.
Because
Do tell.
well, no. I mean,
When we're
I noticed
talking,
that.
you're just like jamming with your
Yeah,
mouth.
you're just jamming with your mouth. No, Tony, he had jammed with us in this room without all this context. You know what I mean? And now we have the context.
Yeah.
And it's awesome to listen to how you're like adapting and like figuring out how to jam with us because it's different than jamming with your own band. You know?
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, admittedly, I feel a little rusty. And it's one of those things that you're in, like, I'm definitely, like, you know, I'm always a proponent of serving the song. So in this situation, like, I guess I'm admittedly very self-conscious of trying to continue to serve the song, like, not, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
the tough part.
Like, not go, but, you know, I don't know,
I try and like I always have to like dance between like, you know, because like I feel like the biggest changes in the song happen with me, so I gotta push.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Well,
fully,
to me,
but
it's like the fundamental, like whether we go fast or whether we go slow or whether we
it's
go
like more of a
half-time.
dynamics thing. Like
your dynamics and tempo and rhythm.
It's like,
but the changes really happen with the chord progressions. Like, I mean, like because if we do. We're really good at jamming on
He's got to meet us there, though.
Yeah, but we're good at jamming on.
Can sell the chord progression at the end of the day.
Yeah, I already know it's easy. Whenever you do a chord progression, like a change, I always like augment it so it comes in, hits hard.
Well, I think the drums are equally important.
Well, no, what I'm trying to say is like I wasn't saying it was more important or not. What I'm trying to say is like if I decide like I want to do something, then like you guys like I have to bet that it's something that is the right move because you guys don't have a choice. Like if I start going fast, it's pretty much like
lean into it.
You're on the train, you know what I mean? And I gotta,
chugga.
you know, and it's like I gotta like, you know, figure out whether it's like the right thing or not, you know?
Yeah, I get you. I do. I really do.
Why are you guys looking around?
Just mess around.
No, that was a funny. That was a funny camera shot of you. I don't need to screenshot that later. Make that my image of you on my phone.
I was just doing what you do because you don't pull your mic close to you. You go like that.
What, me?
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, because I can't, because it's like my kit's in the way.
I know, I'm just messing.
I'm
just playing. It's Saturday night, baby.
But what I was saying, like the drums, the drums are making these big changes by like creating momentum and like moving us into different rhythmic places, but the chords are so hard to like come up with on the spot and then have everybody know which quality of chord it's going to be.
Right.
So like even if Tony knows that I'm doing E major 7,
right?
You didn't call it.
We didn't call it. Yeah. It's like you got to listen to that. The major 7 quality that becomes a really important part about what we do in here. Like get rid of the
I thought
drums.
I kind of forced
Like, don't even think about the drums at all, and that's what we're doing in here. You know
well, I mean, the other thing, too, is, like, when you're going to the chord, you don't know exactly... You got to listen to everything, you know? I mean, it's just like everybody's listening to everything, and they're playing off everything. But I think that, you know, you go into the chord, you might say, you know, whatever chord, E sus7 or whatever.
Sure.
And then you have to know, like, am I playing lightly? Am I playing this or that? Are we changing the mood? And with the mood, I got to play the mood, and it's got to be, like, instantaneous.
And then trying to match up on certain, like, melodies is hard. Like, Kai and I try to do it, but we're not always successful because
I'm not great at guitar harmony either.
You're close. There was this one part in the first jam where I was like, you're so close to being in harmony, but you're in like a different key, you know?
Well, I admittedly, in the section we were doing like a G to a D, and we were.
And you were playing in G, but really
it felt like his bass line felt G to me.
But it was really in D. But
bass line felt G.
It was a G unit bass line.
May I
but the funny thing was that during that section, it's kind of exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's like you had a different interpretation of the chord
progression.
progression.
Yeah. And I knew it too. I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna lean into it.
But we're like trying to do something together, and then when that happens, it's like it's kind of like when you're having a conversation and you're talking about two totally different things together. And you're trying to harmonize the conversation. Right. But if somebody's thinking in 1 sharp and I'm thinking in 2 sharps, then when there's a certain intertwined there's a certain note that basically you're gonna play F natural. No,
It's
sorry,
like
you're gonna play
someone
C sharp. I'm gonna play C sharp, and you're gonna play C somewhere, and it's gonna be like, oh, our conversation is kind of like butting heads a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's like someone talking
saying
about
we
Cake
argued
the
in the
food
jam?
and then Cake the band.
Yeah, but I mean but I'm not like criticizing it as much as I'm just saying that that's one of the struggles that we have in here is like we're trying to have a conversation just like this, but with music and notes.
Right.
And I think that's really cool to be a part of. And I'm glad Tony's here playing with us. So
I'm glad to be here.
But
So
yeah,
that last song, so you I remember how like before before we started playing the last time we were talking, we were discussing like those kind of like half steps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they build some tension when you have those half step transitions. So we were going E major 7 to B minor. The major 7 of E is E flat, or I guess what is it?
D
D
sharp.
sharp. But
and then the third of B minor is D.
is D. So you just go that half step away, and it really kind of sells like a story a little bit. Like those two notes right next to each other. Like
Yeah.
it's just like that half step movement tells all the story of
Yeah.
the movement between the two chords.
And that's
like,
harmony too.
Yeah.
So you're right about that. I mean, the first time I heard that progression, like a major 7 chord to a minor 5,
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yep.
That modulation was in like Eyes of the World by the Grateful Dead.
Ah.
Yeah.
And on the jam, I was like, that's very expressive, you know, like when, like what you just said, that there's a half step between that major 7 and then the third of the minor chord, and it really creates a modulation that is intriguing.
Tasty.
Yeah, it's tasty. It's intriguing. And I just remember hearing like
Snack worthy.
hearing the Grateful Dead jam on Eyes of the World and having that flatted note in there, just like it's like makes sense. You're like, oh, that's interesting. Usually B would be major, right, in the key of E.
You just nerding out over some Dead. Love
yeah,
it.
yeah. So a lot of jam bands, like when they start to jam like that and they are conscious of the chord progressions, it's like it becomes a feeling. But I noticed that, and it's because we're just first starting. Like we'd be on like an E major 7 chord. And you're kind of like finding different voicings, but they don't always work.
No.
And so that's like you're trying you're throwing darts. You know.
Well, I'm casting out
yeah,
there.
you're casting
I'm
the
fishing.
line.
I'm fishing. I'm like, no, that one they ain't biting today.
Which is part of the beauty of it, and like it just makes me realize that because I don't know. Kai has been jamming with us, and he's still learning how to jam too in his own right. He's still learning his own placement and certain techniques when we jam. And it's interesting when we get rid of Kai and bring somebody else in.
Get rid of. You hear the talk?
No.
The mutiny over here.
Get rid of
That's not what I meant.
So aggressive.
That did sound aggressive.
Yeah,
Kai,
it's like, whenever
Guest
we
jammer
throw
tonight,
Kai to,
Tony.
when we throw Kai to the wolves,
Yeah.
we have Tony here.
Kai, I have all the love for Kai.
We hear him screaming under the
When
dumpster
Kai
outside.
is not available to come.
That's
There
what I
you-
that's what I
there you
meant.
go.
That's what I meant. But physically, Kai is not here, and like before we were doing. Well, basically, I guess what I'm saying is when I wasn't here, Chris sat in for me.
Okay.
And then there hasn't really been a show where Kai wasn't here. Oh, wait, Kevin. That was it.
Kevin.
Sorry, Kevin
Kevin
McTurner. That was the first time. Sorry. And I realized during that time that, it just depends on the other person's like vocabulary. What's going to happen.
We should get another. I want to get a drummer in here to see what you guys sound like with another drummer.
You get the room for that.
Actually, Mike might be going out of town. Or not going out of town. You're studying up on something?
Yeah, I'm getting my broker's license, my real estate broker's license. So pretty much it's like essentially it's 8 classes. So I got to take it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it's from like 9 in the morning until like 6 o'clock at night. And then I got to take like 3 tests after that. So, we're going to be doing all these reacts and doing all the shows. But during those 2 weeks, I'm going to pretty much turn everything off and focus my brain on, doing that because, I
put your head down and get it done.
because once I get the license, that's it. I don't have to do anything
beautiful.
anymore, so I gotta get it.
Good luck, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. And
You've done it before, right?
well, I got my real estate
Your
license.
real estate. I remember you going through something like that for something involved that.
So during that time,
I got titties.
we're gonna try to get some different people in here. And actually, Mike and I were talking, and I might play drums on a show. We'll see. Because I can actually play some drums. But we haven't really decided that yet. Yeah. So then we can
He went.
Well, I want to have a guest drummer too, but if we can't get a guest drummer on every show, I might play drums on a show. That'd be sick. EJ, you should play drums on a show too.
No, I'm not a drummer. I know.
You should play guitar. Don't you play
EJ,
guitar?
you've never really jammed with me. Like Kai and I jammed. When
I've played with you before.
On drums? Mm-hmm. What do you think? Bad?
It's all right.
I want room to progress, bro. You got to give me
progress on your side.
He's a peacock. You gotta
No. It'll
progress
be,
on the side.
No, it'll be good in here. EJ's just got those eyes. He's like, I don't know. This is the
practice.
end of the M. Night Shyamalan.
This is where we make mistakes, EJ. Right here. This is.
I don't make mistakes, bro. I got musical taste for days. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, you know what? But that would be kind of cool to. I think it would be cool, first of all, for me to do that, and second of all, for you to do some like sequencing or like some kind of like keyboard work.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know how to play keyboard.
You should get a bass keyboard.
You do. You own like 3 keyboards.
I don't know how to play.
If you got like a bass keyboard, they have that, right?
Yeah, they have it, but I don't.
They have it.
Like
well, you can make any keyboard
existential
sound
they.
like a bass. Well, not any keyboard, but you can make
They have a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think
do.
all keyboards out there have bass synths on it, right?
All keyboards can play bass synth, yes.
Most. I use the Arturia Microfreak. Thank you,
Yes, you do.
Arturia. I got some good sounds out of it today so far. It's kind of a tough thing to do. Like I'll pick a sound and then I'm like, oh, that's not what I wanted. And then I'll like try to like mess with it, and then I'm like, okay, I just need to.
Can you turn the?
It's a snack attack, snack attack.
Sorry, I was a little hasty. I
What, Mike?
hit the wrong thing.
I was gonna say, could you turn the monitor for the background music on?
It is on.
And I can't hear it. You gotta turn the monitor on.
Did you just cock tease a snack attack?
Yeah, well, we're about to do it, so.
Am I allowed to say cock
Why is it
tease on
off?
here?
Because I turned it off one time because I was doing something.
Okay, guys.
usually we have
Thank
music
you
playing in the
for
background.
if you are
It was
tuning
playing
in.
in the background for them, but not for us.
Yeah, for them, not for us. But I want.
This is our first Saturday edition of Galaxy Jams. We're gonna do another jam in a minute, but first we have a little Nate Snacks snack attack for you.
Oh, now?
Now.
It's a snack attack, snack attack.
Candy.
It's a snack attack, snack attack.
Tasty.
It's a snack attack, snack attack.
My tummy hurts.
Oh no.
It's a snack attack, snack attack.
All right, Nate snack attack. I feel like Mike is purposefully sabotaging the show.
Go on.
He's like saying things when the aside stuff is happening that I can't condone on air. Basically, welcome to Nate snack attack. We have some Sour Patch Kids grape edition. Don't those sound grape, guys?
They do.
They just sound grape.
Just grape them.
Just grape.
Okay.
Basically, they're shaped like grapes. So I have 2 Sour Patch editions today.
You love the Sour Patch Kids, Nate.
I want to see what they've got.
You're
know?
obsessed with the Sour Patch Children.
And we have done a lot of them on the show. Hopefully they see that someday.
The Sour Patch Little Babies.
All right, so these are shaped like grapes.
Yeah.
Let's see if they taste like grapes.
I'm pretty sure they probably do.
I mean, it tastes good. I don't really like grape taste candy. It always tastes like medicine to me. But it tastes good.
Not my favorite.
Because of Dimetap?
I guess.
So do you like nibble a grape at a time?
You just deep throat it.
It kind of just tastes like watered down knee high.
Yeah. Or like Powerade grape
Yeah, I can.
in the sour candy
Yeah.
form.
Yep.
But the sour is really light. It's not very sour.
No.
No, it's sweeter. Kind of like it. Kind of just don't really care about it.
No.
Here's the
It was
thing.
unremarkable.
If it was in a mixed bag,
See, I hope that's what they're going for is like because they have all these different fruits now.
Could I do the whole bag
It's so
like I can with a regular thing of Sour Patch? Probably not.
it's so little of a flavor comparative to what they usually have.
Well,
It's supposed to. It's got to accompany something.
yeah. No, I think it needs to be on a charcuterie plate.
Charcuterie.
I can't say it.
Megan gets really mad when I say charcuterie board.
Yeah, I think it should be on a charcuterie board.
It's
with
not a charcuterie board.
Megan does not.
Like imagine
when I say
that would be hilarious
Charcuterie.
if you did like a charcuterie board with this and
Shark uterus board.
if you did it with this and like Cheez-Its, you know, like it would be like real
No,
like,
I
white
don't.
trash.
No, I don't know that one.
Charcuteries. Okay.
What about milk? You're always threatening to eat stuff like cereal.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to do a try video of eating stuff like cereal.
Gummy stuff.
Just
I would-
anything like cereal.
I would do it. Yeah.
Taquitos, Takis.
I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, I would do it on the show, but or like, what else would be good to eat like cereal?
Tarantula.
No, that would just be for you.
No.
Peanuts.
Yeah, peanuts would be like honey roasted peanuts. We could just see.
Or no, like sweet popcorn.
Yeah, like Red and Link. These guys that I watch, Mythical Morning, Good Mythical Morning. They have done stuff like that. Like, what's the next best thing? Well, this is a different one. It's like, what's the next best thing besides milk for cereal?
Mm-hmm.
So they try like orange juice and like Coca-Cola, like but with cereal. It's kind of the opposite. But like, I feel like we could do some stuff like that in here.
Right.
Well, maybe not in here, but
But
on the show.
Yeah, on the show. Well, we have some plans on doing things. I also have the Hot Ones challenge. We got to do the Hot Ones
We
challenge.
got to do it. We also have.
Can't wait to do that.
We also have like 12 kinds of almonds from this company that they sent us, and we're gonna do it. I promise.
12
promise.
kinds.
Yeah,
12?
I have a box of 12 kinds of almonds.
Yeah, we
Variety.
also have to play the Dopapod board game. With
We
the
have to do
vinyl
that,
record.
too. We
also have
gotta do
that.
Actually,
There is a- hold on.
Neil,
It's like
didn't Neil want to be part of that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna text him and be like, "Hey, I'm planning on doing this.
Yeah.
When
Sick.
is free? When are
The
you
drummer.
Let's keep going. We'll grade them afterwards. So this is welcome to Nate Snack's Snack Attack on Galaxy Jams. We've got the Sour Patch Kids Cola Bubbles.
Free? Sounds good.
Which we had the Cola Sour Patch Kids on an early episode, and we didn't really like them. Remember, they were from Australia. These
Right.
ones are actually, I think, from America. No, Canada.
Canada.
That's also in America.
That's
Well,
North America.
North America, yeah. All right.
Sour.
Not United States of America.
Are you a cartographer?
I mean, Mexico is in America.
Yeah.
South
All right,
America.
so these are like
Essentially.
Central America.
they look like little rabbit turds, kind of. They look like
I never said I was a
dots.
cartologist. A cartographer. I don't think there's even a thing called
a cartographer. That's what I said.
cartologist.
I didn't say cartologist.
I said that.
Interesting shape.
It's cartographer.
An interesting color. It was white.
Yeah, there's a white one and a brown one.
I didn't get a brown one. The white ones kind of taste like shoe cleaner.
Let's put it there.
I liked it. It tasted like Haribo
Kind of like
Coca-Cola.
409.
Why do you know what that tastes like?
I just can imagine from the smell.
It does have that like kind of like cleaner kind of. I know what you mean. I
I'd
like
still
them.
eat them. I'd still eat them though.
Yeah, they're disgusting.
Yeah, and what's like
I don't
with
think they're
the
disgusting.
mine look like little white like blot thing. Like,
Yeah, that's what mine were.
I don't understand like what that is. That
That
supposed
was,
to be a
that
bubble?
was the 409 flavor.
Why is it flat on one side? That's what I want to know. Like it's like a dot.
so
So
it's
they don't roll off
just
the
the
table?
bubbles. They're
Yeah.
supposed to be only bubbles.
Oh.
So it's like
I
a
actually-
hint of Coke.
I feel bad. I dropped one.
Right?
I did eat it off the ground, but it didn't roll that far. It's
of
flat
the
bottom.
because it's
flatness, yeah.
flat.
So it was a bubble.
It
Flat
didn't get,
bottom.
it didn't get
Flat
far.
bottom girls.
I could get to it real quick.
Flat bottom girls.
Flat bottom girl.
Flat bottom
That's the
Sour
song.
Patch gummies.
I'm not really that jazzed about these Sour Patch
No.
Kids offerings today. I'm kind of upset about that, but we have a couple more things to try today, just not right now. Let's rate it. Rate the grape Sour Patch.
Is this what's
Mike.
what's the scale?
Oh, wait, so
It's
we
1 to
had-
10, but then like
What did we have? The grape, and then we had the bubbles.
Coca-Cola.
That's all we had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cola bubbles.
The grape, I'd give like like a 4.5. I mean, it wasn't unpleasant. I'd give it like a 5. Like, it wasn't bad.
Right.
I'm just never gonna eat it again.
I think I'm right in there with you. It's like 4.4 or something. Like not even 4.
Like it was like bordering on unpleasant. But the gummy itself wasn't bad. It didn't stick in my teeth. You know, it had some redeeming qualities.
I mean, they make a good gummy and they make good sour gummies, but it's like they keep trying new things. What I think is gonna happen is like they have so much stuff that you can just customize and order, and you could get like those in a bag with some other ones.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd like it that way. Like if you had that like dispersed in a bag with the other kinds.
But
I think that'd be even more. I think that'd be even more like meh.
Wait, you said the cola bubbles, or you said the grape?
Well, which one was better?
No, which one were you grading?
I think
The grape.
The grape, yeah.
Yeah, I think they were both actually honestly the same to me, like score wise.
I have two different scores.
You seldom find fruity gummy snacks in a homogeneous way. Like, you never find it like in a bag that's the same one over and over again. It's always like an assemble of like
But you know that person that
many
picks
different
out the same
things.
one.
Well, yeah. You know, like Starburst, like you're never going to find like, I think they do make only orange ones.
Yeah, they make
right?
only red,
Yeah.
only red. All right, well, you said 4 point. What's the other? What the
All
cola
right,
score?
4 point. No, I'd give it like a 4.9, and then the Coca-Cola thing's like probably like a 5.1. And the reason why it ekes out in front is because I just don't like grape flavor that much, and the Coca-Cola flavor reminded me of Haribo Coca-Cola gummies, which is not terrible.
Okay, EJ.
I give the Coca-Cola, or not the Coca-Cola, excuse me, the cola ones a good old 3. And I give the great ones a good old 3.5.
So
Yeah,
you
you're
were
like-
better on that one, Tony.
Again, not unpleasant were the grapes, but lower end of the 4, so 4.1 for the grapes. The cola, I'll go 4.9. I actually, they just don't quite cross over. Like, I feel like above 5, you start going, I actually start to enjoy this. It's just
Or
so
I'm gonna
neutral.
go buy it.
Yeah, like,
that's
yeah,
like
yeah, exactly. I
that's
wouldn't,
where, yeah.
I'd eat them, but I wouldn't go
To
out
me,
of my,
it's
I
like
wouldn't go out of my
anything
way.
below a 4. It's like it doesn't taste like it straight up doesn't taste good.
Yeah. I would basically be in the same place, like 4.4 and 4.9. So 4.4 actually for the grape and 4.9 for the cola. I like the
We
cola.
agreed on the cola. Okay.
Yeah, I think that they're more useful. Like, because like I said, if you add them to like some kind of mix, it would be like little dots.
Mm-hmm.
And these are just a little over cumbersome.
I've never thought of candy as useful.
Yeah. That's a Nate snack attack thing.
Like
It's
a
useful.
hammer.
Yeah, like if you're
This is a utility
like you
snack.
you go out in the middle of nowhere and you start building a shack, and then you just use this
No,
Coca-Cola,
but, like-
bubble job.
Like if you were gonna make like a mix, and you would, because each one is used in the mix for like a certain texture or shape.
Oh, I thought if you were like dropped off on Naked and Afraid, like you brought your.
So what you're saying is
one
like
of those 10 items.
you're saying French fries are useful to cheeseburgers. Is that what you're saying right now?
Yeah, I mean there's a pecking order,
I
you know.
I can see that. I can see
But
that.
but like yeah, if I was on Naked and Afraid, I would like basically cover my body with those, like, and just like to keep from getting malaria or something, you know, like.
I read that somewhere
Keep
that
from
word.
getting
Nate
molested.
has a 75% survival rate because of Cola Bubbles by Sour Patch Kids. Because I also feel like it would be like what, frogs excrete, like the different like poisons and stuff. Like I just have like sour cola on my skin.
And other
Are
bugs.
you a literal
Other bugs.
blue ringed octopus?
Yeah, like I mean it's a defense mechanism, Michael.
You just run away and throw Coke bubbles at them.
Seriously.
Eat these.
I feel like, and they'd be like any average animal would probably not like that. They'd be scared of it. It would be like, what is that?
What keeps happening?
Hey.
I don't know. We're having a lot of technical difficulties
We're
tonight.
having a lot of Saturday difficulties.
I was just in the seat, sitting here for like a good 2 hours.
It
My
sounded
butt
like
was
something
tired.
fell off the shelf.
No, I just knocked my face into the thing. Nobody else heard it.
So now they know. Hey, to our baited audience who's watching every single breath that we take, EJ just did a thing.
I just rearranged myself
Everybody
in my
likes-
seat.
I wanna
It's exciting.
talk about what's coming up for Galaxy Dynamite. By the way, guys, Galaxy Dynamite still exists in our hearts, doesn't it?
Yeah, is that it?
No? We have another jam.
We're gonna bring it. No, like with Galaxy.
Is that it? Oh, no. We're going to end up doing other stuff, but we were just waiting.
Do you think that we're ever gonna play those songs again?
I would love to.
What do you think,
But
EJ?
EJ has to practice them.
I can do it. I can do those songs.
I think we all need to practice them.
Oh,
I could do it.
yeah.
If right now I'm on the pad, I clicked into it and hit it, I could do every Galaxy Dynamite song.
Listen to the confidence. I love
I
it.
highly doubt
Easy.
that you
He's
get
He's like,
Gemini right.
in my
Definitely.
sleep.
You
Yeah.
wouldn't get
I
Gemini
could
right.
get Gemini right.
Nope.
That took us a while to get.
No.
Anyways, Galaxy Jams has some good stuff coming up. We've got some reactions with some major people. Mike,
Yeah.
do you want to tell the people about that? Don't tell them our whole game plan of every single thing that we think.
You guys,
Just tell them what
Tell
we're
them-
doing.
we
Tell them
are
about some
going
of them,
to
Mike.
be we are going to be listening to music and reacting to it with some very interesting people.
Very interesting.
For example, in next Sunday, we're going to be reviewing music with the guitar player for the John T, which is a very, very prolific Vermont jam band. So it's going to be awesome.
The John T.
The John T. That's what I say, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know. You
The
said the
John
John T.
John Tay.
I don't know.
Is it Jean Day?
Jean T.
Jean
Jean
T.
T. I think it's the
Right.
John T.
Because it's like a jaunt, right? Like that's
Jean
that
Tay.
word is the jaunt. So
I wonder what it means. But yeah, so we got a member of that
we got a
band.
member of that band, and then we got Michael Minert, who is going to be like the most it's just a parade of extremely interesting.
What did
music
Michael
people.
Minert do, Michael?
So he actually produced Pretty Lights' first album, which was nominated for a Grammy. And
Oh, yeah.
then also he's a headlining act in his own right. And then he's actually on tour with Dead & Company doing their sound design.
And he's
coming on.
an artist in his own right, but he tours with Dead & Company.
You guys got your
to do their
notepads
sound-
ready?
Yeah, to do their sound design. So he's going to come, and I'm going to play him some filthy dubstep. And we're
No.
Filthy dubstep.
I don't know what I'm going to play this
We're
guy.
gonna listen to John Mayer's new single, "Sugary."
Stop.
And we
Sugaroo.
got
I'm
RJB
triggered.
from Osiris Podcast, which I pretty much haven't been able to sleep the past 2 nights because I'm pretty much been thinking about that day.
Osiris, and they've done stuff like Trey Anastasio's
Yeah,
career.
they essentially produce and are tastemakers to popular music-based podcasts.
and it's like mostly jam bands too, right?
It's mostly jam bands, and he's gonna come and listen to music with us.
He's
It's gonna
gonna
be great.
and all these people were like piping in on Discord, right?
Yeah, they're essentially going to video call us, and then we're going to stick them into the scene, and then it's going to be like they're right here with us.
But what's cool is that you can interact with them on the chat. We're gonna have the chat up and everything. So
Maybe like an Ask Me Anything
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, and,
well, not anything. I mean,
Well,
there
no,
are
I mean
some
that's a
boundaries.
format, AMA,
Oh yeah.
and
Then that.
yes,
Yeah,
not anything. You
and
can't
then,
ask them other personal
we
lives.
also have the guitar player from Dogs in a Pile, and they're a up-and-coming jam band who's in the circuit for sure.
I've heard a lot of good stuff
We
about
also
them.
another band called Bake Shrimp, which is an up-and-coming jam band, but Bake Shrimp throws their own festival that they just announced, and one thing that I think is interesting is at their festival that they
Is it
put on-
Scampy Fest?
No, but they have like every member of Goose. It's like their other band.
Great
So he
Blue
has-
and like
there's like
some
5
one.
other. There's like Elephant something. That's like the
That's the drummer.
yeah, which is weird because not weird, but interesting that Dopapod's drummer has a side project called Elephant Wrecking Ball, and then Goose's drummer has a side project called like Elephant something else. I don't remember.
Yeah, we've listened to it here before. Elephant something. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah,
Sorry, buddy. You're great.
yeah, and there's a lot like I checked my email today. I just haven't gone back to it, but there's a lot of other acts and music industry people that have been hitting me up, and I think that we're going to embark on another journey that is going to be super interesting. So
I'm
we
excited
hope
for
that
you
you
guys.
guys can
Elephant Proof.
Yeah, so I hope you guys can stick around and watch those. Our first one with our guest is going to be, our next one is going to be this Monday at 8 o'clock. We're going to be interviewing Becca Levan from the Pennsylvania-based live Tronica band Solar Circuit.
Cool.
So it's going to be exciting. She's super duper good at keys.
The cool thing, too, is that I'm just learning about some of these bands, too. And like you guys who are tuning in and our followers and subscribers, you can learn about new bands, new music, and all this cool stuff on our show, on these reaction shows. So check that out. And, we're going to start doing a playlist, too. I've already started one, but it's the Galaxy Reacts playlist on Spotify. So
you guys literally don't need to look or watch anything else ever again. We're all you need.
Yeah.
We
Except for
literally
maybe
all
like
you need.
the crime mystery podcasts.
Oh, I love those.
What we're trying to say is, bring us into your homes, please.
Give me money so I may buy more Nikes.
Let the boy sleep in your bed. Remember that skit with Chris Farley? And he's like, I just want to mow your lawn.
And if you want to look for a schedule of that, check us out on our social channels, and also we're going to be putting it into our Twitch schedule as well, each one of them. So again, the next one is going to be Monday. Usually we were doing Sundays, but we're doing this Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern
We're
time.
going to be doing them at very sporadic times
Yeah.
because it seems that we are getting very, very popular people, and the more popular you are in the music industry, then the more tight your budget, your time is.
Right.
So anytime that they can fit us into the schedule, we're going to accommodate so we can have a great show.
Yep.
So we hope that you guys can keep an eye out on our socials, like EJ said. And EJ, you're so cute. Look at you. God, you're just adorable. Like today, you're just making me blush.
You look like a brand new garden gnome.
I feel like a brand new garden gnome.
like you go to the store, you're like, I need some flair in my yard. And
Remember,
And there's little statues of me.
and like in like a very cherubic pose where your cheeks are kind of like
red.
no, not your
Yeah,
not
you need to be
your-
red. You gotta be smiling.
Cherubic.
Yeah, cherubic.
Cherub. So
Cherubic.
he's got a vast guitar.
No, he's like a
Vocabulary
a
and-
cherub. A cherub is like a little
Like
angel, cute angel.
I got it.
Yeah.
It's just, I've never heard
Charcuterie
cherubic.
board.
Yeah, you guys should come to cherubic charcut. I can't
Charcuterie
say
board.
it. Cherubic char.
Charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Say that
Cherubic
And
charcuterie board.
Megan also hates when I say the word crab rampoon.
Oh.
She hates.
Cherubic
Can I say
charcuterie.
Crab
Cherubic
ram-
charcuterie.
Crab
There we go.
rampoon.
I said it.
'Cause
Cherubic
I straight
charcuterie.
up said it when I went to go get Chinese food. I was like, "Hi, can I have like 2 orders of crab rampoon?" And she's like, 2 orders? Yes. And I'm like, I looked at Megan with like a triumphant smile, and she did not return the sentiment.
No.
That's unfortunate, Sometimes we have to have girlfriends and
Sometimes you gotta take the L.
we gotta
you know?
have girls and people in our life that like bring us down a peg.
Well, look,
so that we don't go
they're
crazy.
there to cheer you on sometime, but there's also there to let you know.
Yeah, they're like, don't do that.
Like,
shit.
you're living on planet Earth, Michael. You need to stay here.
Don't tell me what to do. Mike's like, he runs to his room and like gets really angry and starts playing Kirby Dreamland all the way through.
Start to finish.
Yeah, like I feel like that's something that Mike he'd like get mad and then like go storm off and do
19 hours.
do a full straight run of Super Mario 3.
Nice.
Like, that'll show her. I
Like
don't know.
It's therapeutic.
So are we doing more snacks?
No,
We're
we're
not?
gonna. No, we have
What?
we have another jam actually that we're
Okay.
gonna do, and we might keep this one a little short. We'll see, and we're gonna do more snacks later. I did want to address some stuff. Pretty soon, we're gonna have some more guests on our show as well. We're gonna have Stuart from Delirious George, Tony's band. We're gonna have who else is coming in? Danny Jams is coming back for one in July. So we have a lot to look forward to at Galaxy Jams. I just wanted to
When's
Schedule
Stu-
Kevin to come back in
yeah, Kevin McTurner might come back.
When's Stu coming through?
on Tuesday.
This upcoming Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it is.
Back-to-back DG boys?
Yeah, DG
Yeah.
boys. Maybe we should Actually, you know what we should do right now before we jam again? I would like to watch a Delirious George video off YouTube.
Hold on a second.
It could be of your choice, either from the basement thing that you guys have done, or like maybe a YouTube source rip from your last album. We don't have to listen to the whole thing. I would like to watch one of the basement things if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what would be a decent one to check out.
Because I feel like they won't take it down from our stream. You guys won't do that, will you?
I'm gonna.
You're gonna detest
I'm gonna flag
it?
this whole thing.
I just think that we need to do a little bit more time on that. That way we can do one more jam, snacks, and cut out of here for the after party. What do you think?
Yeah, that works for me. Do you want to do? You do a little bit of Life of a Bard.
Yeah, Life of a Bard's a great song.
Since you just actually joined us for that.
Yeah, we played.
Do the fans know that your name is Nate Sax and you are also proficient at the sax?
They don't. Most of them.
Wait, is this the big reveal?
No, we've said it before.
My full name is Nathaniel Saxophone Senior.
No, but
no. We played a show. Yeah, look up Life of a Bard. But
was it 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it was that long ago?
Yeah,
you recorded that?
Yeah.
We've been doing some music in the basement stuff a while. It's kind of an older. It's kind
this
of an
one
older
doesn't
one.
say from the music in the basement.
I don't think that's the right one then.
I guarantee you, there's only one.
Can you show us what you're looking at, EJ, real quick?
Let's
Pull it up.
Hey, I guess I left like this big gummy that I stepped in, so I just had to pry it from my shoe, but my fingers are like super sticky, so I gotta go wash my hands.
Ew.
All right. While
Ew.
Mike goes, Mike left his gummy from last time over there. That's gross.
This one right here, right?
Yeah, the one on the top.
While Mike goes and does that, we will watch some of Delirious George's song "Life of a Bard"
And
from.
react.
Yeah, little reaction. Mike's gonna wash his little fingers off. See you, Michael. But before we play it, yes, let's set a little picture here. We were doing a show at Maker's, what's it called, Maker's Craft Brewery. Talk was the headliner, and basically Delirious George got to play right before Talk. It was sick, and Tony was gracious enough to have me up on stage playing saxophone on this song to end the show.
Yeah, this was actually the finale. As a matter of fact, you were you got to take some solo at the end of the song.
Yeah.
And so it was the song eventually kind of builds to a moment, if you will, and takes a little bit of a turn, and it's always a good burner for the end of a show.
It has a good last section. It's like really funky.
Yeah. So I mean, it was kind of I felt like we ended on a pretty high note, and Nate was shining right there.
That was fun. I had a great time. It was the first time I played saxophone in 6 months. I swear to God.
Wow.
And we did
Like
one
riding a bike.
practice. Yeah, we did a practice. And anyways, here's Life of a Bard by Delirious George. Let's watch it.
Hey everybody, we're Delirious George. We got a song called Life of a Bard. You ready, Beef? Stewart's keyboard on the bottom is black keys and red keys.
Yeah.
That's why it's hard. It's kind of harder to see, actually. But he is playing something down there.
It's got kind of a reggae skank to it. Is that Igor on drums?
That's actually Brian.
Brian. Brian.
Yeah.
He jumped from his mastiff and tilted his head. Asked his kookaburras the name and said, close to the ground with the uke on his back. Hot on his heels are them gypsy tracks. Roscoe Goodmarrow. That's the name he said. Sing you a song. Show you a dance. But trust me, he'll leave town if you give him the chance.
The vocals are good on this song.
I really want Stewart to give me a little bit of harmony there. We're working it
When
one
the
day.
battle begins,
Breakdown.
to out the monster hunter.
Roscoe Goodbarrel's a halfling bard.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's like a character in
A character I had
D&D
in
or
a
something.
campaign years ago.
Yeah, there you go.
Little charismatic guy, little tiny little charismatic guy.
I like that you made a song for him. That's cool. Let's pause it for a second. This is like how we do the react sometimes.
Sure.
I like how you guys are kind of like sneakily like a white reggae band sometimes.
So we're sneakily a lot of
Yeah,
things
yeah, like
sometimes?
you
Right.
kind of sneak around a lot of genres, but namely that in this song.
Yeah.
I'm getting like kind of the Police meets like
Mm-hmm.
Soja or like OAR a little bit.
Okay.
But in like I'm not a big OAR fan, but they have the kind of the melodic. I like you guys choose similar melodies. I think
So
in a good way.
I
would say that in a good way.
When I stated like way back at the beginning of the stream, we were talking about like DG and stuff like that. I mentioned like we get to and we definitely like advertise ourselves and promote ourselves as a funkier group. But at the end of the day, we don't shy away from, dabbling in
All the different influences.
Yeah, I mean,
you have.
like bottom line is like, if we were just purely just funk, we might actually get bored. As much as I love funky music, it's also a testament of just like
How do you guys write? What's your writing process?
So this song in particular,
Mike didn't even hear the song, but he asked a question. No, I'm just kidding. You'll hear the rest of the song.
This song in particular actually started with Steven doing a bass line, that first riff where there's like a call and response.
Yeah.
So he was over at my house just playing the bass line, and yeah. So he was playing that, so I started doing this response thing, and then
it became a harmonized line.
yeah. So then figured out he had like a kind of a verse breakdown that accompanied his intro there. So that's where the reggae kind of chords come in, and then added like a B and C section and bring it back around. I had some chords that were relative to what he was playing that could work, and so there's a lot of like things that'll happen that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes guys will come with like 3/4 of a song and they need one more section to tie it together, and another guy's like, actually, what do you think about like transitioning here? And we'll and sometimes we'll just shove a section in.
How often do you practice?
It can be I'd say on average like twice a week.
It sounds like you
You
guys,
guys don't play that often though to practice twice a week, right?
It's a lot of it's honestly like you guys getting up in here. At the end of the day, like where you're seeing us play there now, our setup's a little different.
That was a while ago
for rehearsal, but like ultimately that's where we go get together, and it's kind of like I don't know. They're all guys that I would hang out with anyway if I wasn't playing music. So it's like getting up with your buddies.
Yeah, that's
a
always a
few
good way to
times
do
a
it.
week, and half the time could be just spent, shooting the shit and talking with your
Yeah,
with
that
your homies.
sounds.
But we also get to play music. So sometimes it'll be super focused. Sometimes it'll be improv-y.
Probably more focused
we
like
have-
before a show.
Well, yeah, well, like of course.
Yeah.
So like if a show's coming up, then it's like we're down to business, write a set list, rehearse a set list kind of thing. But kind of in between, a lot of like, hey, what do you? We have this thing where we go, hey, like someone like if we can't figure out what we're going to start with or what we're going to do next kind of thing, someone will randomly get on the mic and call someone else out, like, and I'll be like, hey, Justin, what's your favorite? He'll just start playing a drum beat. And then we just kind of fill in from there, something like that. And then someone else will get, hey, Stuart, what's your favorite? So if you should do that to Stu when he comes in. Be like, hey,
Yeah.
Stuart, what's your favorite?
Do your favorite groove.
What's your favorite? And he'll be like, oh.
That's what we want him in here for.
Yeah,
so.
man.
But yeah, it seems like you guys, like you mentioned before, write in these little sectional styles, which is I call like Lego building.
Sure, yeah.
So it's like somebody comes with one Lego, and that becomes like you think that's the verse, but actually it becomes the chorus or whatever, because
It can be fluid that way.
It moves around, and then like because I noticed that this chorus when you go to what's the chord? G or A major, yeah. When you go to the A major lift, it's like singing a song. Da-da-da-da. That to me could have been probably the first thing that somebody came up with. Might not have been, but it was probably really close, right?
Yeah.
And then
So that was a chord progression I already had, and I was like, oh,
right.
well, it'd be kind of it's like okay, that we're going to a obviously like a relative chord to the F minor that we're playing. You go to that A major, and then
F sharp minor.
Yeah, sorry, F sharp
Yeah.
minor. Thank you. It was F sharp.
So
minor.
you're going to the major,
right?
The relative.
The
major.
relative major, and I don't know. I think we like. We're a very on the nose band as far as just our whole concept. So like sometimes our chord progressions can be on the nose. Like, hey, this was a change. It wasn't subtle. We literally have transitioned to a new section. It's very
Yeah, and anyways, I think that's cool. In this song, you can definitely hear the uplift in that chorus, but it also sounds like to me an idea that was like early in the inception of the song that just kind of got nudged to that chorus part. You know what I mean? And that's cool.
You're really not far off there. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's listen to the rest of it. Mike, you can hear some of this. And this is Life of a Bard by Delirious George still.
The life of a bard, that's the life. The life of a bard.
That top-down
He's
shot.
down at the tavern, stood on a stool at the bar. Grabs everyone's attention as he's spinning a yarn. Never to be bored, but those friends say
You're a really good singer.
you never know what's gonna happen when
It's
you're
very
out
like
with
lounge
this bard.
jazz vibe, but quirky.
It's like, it sounds like good because I feel like a lot of bands sound like this and I don't like it. It sounds good.
We don't want to say what bands.
Like Revolution, like I don't like that.
I'm in his range.
That's kind of what I was saying earlier about the white boy reggae speaking. It's your vocals, so I kind of not in a bad way.
But to the but.
When the battle begins to out a monster hunter from a nation, they're gonna follow that rapping bar deep into the dungeon. I said to out a monster hunter.
Yeah, your bass player is also just one of my favorite bass players I know.
Bunctopus. Oh, just wait.
Deep into the dungeon to fight some dragon. But when they come back in town, you better stick around. 'Cause you know this funky crew's gonna break it down. Sonic inspiration. Bring it up.
That's cool.
That's very Grey Boy All Stars or Carl Denson.
Yeah.
Definitely get some Carl Denson vibe there.
This song has always commanded a horn.
And we got that done. That was it.
This is coming on your show.
Tasty. I love how it lays on that organ there.
He's got a sustain belt.
He's got that two-hand tap on lock. Like he's on two keyboards there. It's pretty impressive.
He's a drummer by trade.
Yeah.
His limbs are separate.
Very nice.
Oh, sick.
Delirious George. That's what Tony does, man. Tony writes some quirky, funky songs.
Yeah,
I like
that was
him.
a fun one.
That one was fun to play too.
I like how you get a little taste of beef stew, as we call them.
Yeah, beef stew. This is Funkle Tony, by the way.
Yep.
They have some nicknames in their bands. In their band.
That's cute.
We need to do that. Here.
Justin's is Thailander.
Yeah.
Nice.
We all know why. That's cool. I've
What's
always
our
liked them.
nicknames? I've never
Yeah,
had
we
a
got to
nickname.
figure out our nicknames.
I've never had a nickname my whole life.
You've never had a nickname, really?
No.
No,
Well,
you have like Galaxy Dynamite.
No, but that's not
Come
really.
on, he's
People
like,
didn't
stop
actually
saying that.
fucking
Don't say
say
that.
I
no
say
one
that.
actually said it, though. No
I have.
one's-
He
No, I
literally
have
just
said
said
it.
it out loud.
I have said it to people, so that's my nickname for you sometimes. Or I call him Juju, like cousin Juju,
like,
Uncle Juju,
Is
Uncle-
it because he's
Doctor-
got that good juju?
Dr. Jewish.
Dr. Shivago. EJ is Honey Bear.
Oh God.
You know, that's not a lot of people know that, but EJ's nickname is Honey Bear.
He is the bear.
EJ Honey Bear Toudt.
Yeah, but would you know that there was a bear if there was a bear?
Does a bear shit
He's-
in the woods?
Does an EJ
Yes.
shit in my mouth?
Sorry, that was a bad.
Ew. Does he? I kind of want to know the answer to that
Yes.
question
Yes,
now.
That was a
does.
bad Ronald Reagan.
I
reference.
would like after we listen to that jam.
Did you snack time after he said? Anyway.
No.
What?
Well, jam time.
What?
Oh, did you get inspired? You want to jam?
I want to jam after that jam. I think you guys ready for one more jam? Hopefully, we haven't had a lot of activity in the chat. That's okay. We've never done a Saturday. We get it, but we hope that if you are tuning in, you're enjoying, and we are gonna do the after party still because we still got to
It's
name.
usually
the
like
songs.
a couple hundred people that watch these, even when they're not live with us.
Right. So,
So
ready?
this is
You guys
this
wanna
is
do a
hello
jam?
to you in the future.
Hold on.
Right.
You guys
Yeah.
talk for a second while I come up with a sound.
He's
for
gonna
this.
come up with something. All right.
They can't hear this, right?
You know, another thing that I think people should know about is that we're starting an NFT, and
No, we're not.
No,
you
we're
can
not.
all buy.
It's free real estate.
Serve that Nike habit.
Yeah, you know, like when you go into the metaverse, you'll be able to wear a Galaxy Dynamite T-shirt for only $20,000.
It's the only one. It's the only Galaxy.
Oh, I'm making a
Dynamite.
bunch of them, but
No, but that's
They're
not
still
the point of the NFT. Has to be original, and the only.
I don't really get the whole NFT thing.
I don't
like
either.
I think, like if you noticed right now, crypto is like tanking completely.
Well, everything's tanking too.
Well, I know the whole. Well, that it all is connected, but
even tank is tanking.
Yeah, tanks are tanking.
even tanking the bangas. No, they're actually doing pretty good. No, what I was getting at is, I think, I don't know. It's like everybody's like, "Oh, you didn't get into crypto, man," you know. And then I'm sure all those people are spending way beyond their means, and then it's crashing right now.
I just do whatever.
I'm just scared of that. I
I
can't
do
do
whatever Elon Musk tells me to do.
Joe Rogan is for me. You know, I eat a ton of
Toe
elk.
Blogan.
Yeah, I eat a ton of elk meat. I love it when people are like,
Smoke a bunch of DMT.
yeah, people are like, "Oh, you're such sheep. You should listen to what Joe Rogan has to say about this." I'm like,
I think
"Oh,
more
you mean
people watch Joe Rogan than watch like CNN.
And now I'm at Joe Rogan.
Like,
Like,
I'm
But
a
like-
comedian. I used to host Fear Factor. Listen to me.
I mean, I think he has a cool perspective on stuff, and he does let a lot of people talk about a lot of things on his show.
Well.
But I just think it's funny how people they're like, "Oh man, this is where I get all my information." Because
I'm gonna do
even
it.
he'll say that.
I will tune in for some guests. He gets some wild folks on there. Everyone like he had Bob Lazar on. I mean,
I like Bob. I like listening to Bob.
So to me, that's like I'm gonna watch. I'm definitely gonna watch Bob Lazar talk out for a while because it's freaking Bob Lazar. So,
Yeah, some of them are fine, but some of
Um,
the other stuff is crap.
yeah. You gotta filter through. I mean, I feel like that's the internet in general, though.
It is the internet in general.
But
Stay tuned
it's
for
working.
for more internet in general.
Let's go ahead and jam. You ready to
go ahead.
jam?
I'm ready.
You got
I'm ready.
filtered into this.
Let's
Go
do
ahead
it.
and do it.
It's time to party.
Let's go!
All right.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We learned how awkward EJ is today.
I'm awkward.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right.
I didn't do that noise.
Who was doing that?
I did that noise.
Oh, you two together. It's like you know when somebody is an easy ad for a party. Like Mike, you said that one time. You said that about people. Like you're an easy ad. You know. I feel like you guys are both easy ads separately, but together you're like an awkward.
Like an easy advertisement.
Easy ad. Easy awkwardness.
You guys made me feel comfortable.
Easy ad.
Comfortable.
This is your first show with them, so you don't understand. You know.
Yeah, no. I'm just weird, man.
I know. That's all I'm saying. It's not a bad thing.
I'm just a strange person.
I thought you did the clicks.
I stranged myself
It was
out.
you going, oh, yeah, and then him going,
Yeah. Ooh.
I was
Keep
communicating.
that up. I listen to ASMR.
I was
Keep that up. I'm
communicating
gonna get,
with
I'm gonna
our-
get all bricked up on
I'm like the
stream.
next-
Sigh, unzipped pants.
next on Galaxy Jams, we try ice for the first time. No, that was a cool jam. I liked it. There were some happy moments. That's the power of like parallel minor and major sometimes.
Yeah, there you go.
Like when you're in one key and you want to kind of change the mood, frequently, major or minor. But we have to know that. EJ kind of can keep doing his drones, and then it's like we have to know that. You know what I mean?
Fortunately,
That's the hard part.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it wasn't.
We did it though.
Ultimately, it wasn't like when we hit the major. Was it major 7?
It was no, it was just A7.
Yeah.
It wasn't really
That-
major 7 because if you
That
go
dom,
major
dude.
7,
that dom,
that
dude.
dominant 7,
That dommy,
though.
dude.
But if you go to that major 7, it kind of like wimps it out, you know. Like if we had like gotten to a point and we're like, oh, we're gonna do A major, and then we did major 7, that would have been kind of wimpy, you know. That's all I'm
If
saying.
you say so.
No, I
That's
just
major 7s are baby making notes.
yeah, but it's just weird. Like I realize these things as we do these shows, because especially for EJ, myself, and Mike, we've already like squeezed a lot out of this orange. You know,
You, like, explored some territory in here, if you will.
yeah. So it's like I realized that some of the like things that we do a lot, they create these moments, but we just change a little thing about them.
Right.
And then, like, we get a new person in, and they'll play differently over the same progression. You know what I'm saying? That's how you keep making music off of the same kind of tropes, but kind of use sleight of hand to spin a different web. Anyways, I thought that was a great jam. I can't wait to listen back to it at the after party.
Or you just turn into Fish and just play the same thing. Like,
Well, Fish to me is an
Are you trying to
embodiment.
trigger him?
Yeah. No, it's funny because Tony and I have two very differing opinions on Fish.
I think
And
Fish is great.
Mike thinks Fish is great, but he will take the chance to rip on Fish anytime, right?
I mean, not really. The only negative thing I could ever say about Fish is that I don't think they're as good as they were in the 90s, but nope, they're still doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean, like, but they are the kings of that. Like, they listen to each other so much that the band morphs by itself, and nobody's like even talking into talkback
It's like,
mics. Really,
it's like impossible
They
for
do
them to
sometimes.
sound bad. Like, I think they couldn't sound bad if they tried to.
We've been playing a long time now.
and all of them
Yeah, I
have
mean,
great
they-
technique on their instruments.
They know where everybody's going because they just know each other so well, you know.
Listen,
I mean, when you play how long have they been getting since like 85?
something like
Yeah,
that.
but like, there's something about
88,
when
something
like
like
Trey does
82
hammer-ons or
back
something. Like he's going like, you
Yeah.
know, something that's like really fast and metally almost for jam band territory. And then the lights get all white and crazy, and
Right.
like the lights become part of like the moment.
Well, their fifth member
Right.
is Light Guy. I can't remember his name right now, but yeah, I mean that's huge. You know?
Yeah. And
One
so,
thing with jamming on that, like if he's going to do something like that, I've found that don't necessarily for other members of the group, whether it be Fish executes it, they stay out of each other's way. Like he's occupying 16th notes right now and 32nd notes. Nobody else needs to be doing that.
right. Well, and,
And
then,
they can't, and you can tease it like what it makes it if you do get unified at some point on something really crazy like that. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like they all have a very distinctive place in their band. I don't have like only Nick. I don't have only Nick. I'm just not as big of a Fish fan as some people are.
Which is surprising because I think
What jam bands do you like?
I think your music is very inspired by Fish, unbeknownst to you guys.
Believe it or not, I don't listen to a lot of jam bands on a regular basis.
What do you listen to?
Well, right. Well, I mean, in the genre right now,
No, like not in the genre, like just in period.
Yeah, what are you listening to? Is what he's saying.
Currently, what would be on this? I gotta have to pull up and see what the most.
What does that sound? Is that my guitar?
Recent. What?
It was. Sorry.
It was your guitar.
I was like, what the fuck?
I'd say the most recent thing, probably a group called Fat Night.
Turn the background music back on.
Yeah.
Fat Night is that guy that does like those funny videos. He's in the band.
Yeah.
He's had some like TikTok or.
No, he was a Vine guy.
He was a Vine guy. Okay.
So he did those, like he made the make believe Wii Sports music.
Okay.
And he did a really good job at it.
It is something.
He wasn't the Chocolate Rain guy.
No.
Taze on day.
They're a lot of fun because they remind me of a band that's doing it, and again, not taking themselves too seriously in a vein that Delirious George tries to sometimes. So I guess I've been resonating with them a little bit recently.
You showed me a band called The Parcels.
Yeah, and I'm not even know if that's exactly how to say their name.
Parcels.
It could be I'm not sure that they're from this side of the water.
They're from Germany and somewhere else. Like
they have a very I don't know. Production wise, like the way their sound is produced wise, they have a very really they seem to have it like locked in pretty good, but it's something familiar with a new twist. I don't know.
To me, it reminded me of, and we should listen to it in the React show sometime. It's really good, called The Parcels or Parcels, but it reminded me of Daft Punk without any of the really electronic stuff. It's like what the last album from Daft Punk was like, but with no vocoder or anything like that. It's like really super simplified funk.
And here's the thing, they're all really proficient at their instruments. They're just doing some repetitive things and executing it really, really well that makes the soundscape sound really tight and good. Like it could be electronic, but they're actually playing the instrument. It
reminded me of Phoenix.
They're not shredding.
Right.
But it's super, it's just tight, and everybody, again, one of those scenarios where if you sit back and listen, everybody, they've got the multiple guitar players that will sometimes play a little keys at this, and that kind of thing, but they're always staying out of each other's lane, and that's serving this, they're serving the song.
Have you guys ever heard of them? The Parcels?
I have not.
Yeah. I think that would be a good addition.
As far as the jam music goes, I mean, we talked about it the other day on the phone. I mean, I actually have been listening to a lot of Goose.
Oh no! I'm just kidding. I love that.
I've been listening to a lot of Goose. I mean,
I saw Goose at the Red Hat Amphitheater 2 days ago.
They put out they make it themselves accessible while on tour, just with some of the stuff that they put out.
I was telling him Goose is one of those bands that just knows how to do kind of like Fish. They know what people came for, and they do it very, very intellectually and succinctly and accurately. And that's how can you really?
It's a well-oiled machine. It seems like.
They have peaks on peak, kind of like Fish. I
feel like some people might be like, it's they want a little bit of grime in there, maybe a little bit of accidental this and that going on. But
sometimes the only thing I wish they did was go into maybe a little more of that trip hop Humphreys jam thing that I like, and they do that in some songs, but they're really good at mixing kind of songwriting music with jam music, kind of like Dave Matthews does, where the first half of the songs got a very meaningful lyrical composition and stuff like that, and then the second half of the song is just the jams.
That's why I don't really like String Cheese Incident that much, is because I feel like when they play, it's so formulaic. It's they're the beginning of the song, they're all doing this, and then guitar player does this, and then keyboard player does this, and then this guy does this, and then they all do it together, and then they do level 2 peak, and then they do the chorus again. You know, like it's so like everyone's so perfect, like on point, like all the time, and kind of seems like
I
like that.
I don't
Do you think they call this one's a level 2 peak, guys?
Yeah, level 2 peaks all day.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, I like that you have an opinion on it. That's important to me. I just disagree because I think that String Cheese is like a really formative band for jam bands. Like they were at the beginning of that Colorado flower hippie.
I don't think Mike
jam
said that
stuff.
they weren't.
No, I know that. But he's saying he doesn't like it. That's fine. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just
I
saying.
just wish it wasn't so
I don't agree.
perfectly polished.
They
I feel like that's
have
what
to-
people would argue sometimes with Goose. They're like,
Yeah.
it seems like a really polished production that you guys are putting on
There's
for
something
the jam
about
heads.
there's something about like punk bands, you know, like raw.
There's a little extra grime.
That's
in
why
there.
a lot of people like that. Is like more human. Than
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think that's the one thing that separates Fish. I think because they
We'll take
do
some
actually
chances.
just go on a jam, and I mean they used to do
Yeah.
it just perfection. You know, they would do like the whole Junta album. You know,
A lot of the early
which
Fish
was
songs
amazing.
were really hard to play.
very hard to play, and they were
Like almost
all
impossible.
written out, and it wasn't jamming at all. It was a piece of music, and I love that about them. I love the earlier stuff like that. But when they started to take the really good songs they had, when they started doing like
Take liberties with them.
yeah, when they were doing like Hoist and stuff like that, and like Wolfman's Brother, they would have a regular Wolfman's Brother song on the album, but then when you see them live, they jam it out for like 20 minutes
Or
and
like
they take risks.
Or
you
like
know?
Simple, which is a really simple song
Right.
on paper, and then the middle of it just like melts your face, and then you're like, oh God, we're still listening to Simple.
Or
That's
Split
like,
Open and Milk is another
And at
one.
the end of the day, obviously I can appreciate that. Like that's we will try to write music in our own band
Right.
that will be like, hey, let's
we did that on purpose. We did that song Gemini you were talking, and literally one part we were like, we want to do like a Fish like.
yeah, we wanted to do like an angular progressive
King
part,
Crimson.
like
King Crimson kind of part, like in the hall. And what's the
Did
song?
that like on purpose.
What's the song by King Crimson?
I
Oh,
can't remember.
21st Century
21st Century
Skits.
Skits
Yeah,
Man.
Yeah.
that song where it has the whole like crazy horn part, and it's like, yeah. So we added that to our song. But it took to do that. It took a lot of composition and practice.
Right.
Like we wrote it in MIDI on
Right.
keyboard,
Right.
and then we were like, we got to play this.
we gotta.
And then we had it. It was one of the things that took a long time
so
to get
let
right.
me ask you guys this. So we've struggled back and forth as a band with like when we do record something, for instance, the notion of like, can we pull that off live?
Right.
You know, what you release over like, you know,
I never had
via
that.
via recording. Can you? Well, so for instance, like we've had different lineups and whatnot. Stuart already plays multiple keyboards when he can, but he only has two hands. But it doesn't mean that he played only two keyboard parts. You know,
We play to a backing track when we did that.
and
project.
we've actually done that. So, for instance, when our last drummer Igor, when he left, and our auxiliary percussionist transitioned over, rendering us no auxiliary percussion player.
Right.
I didn't really notice that
Well,
the last
so,
show
like-
so much. But
But we felt somewhat naked without it. So we dabbled in a couple shows with backing tracks. Actually having, it might even just be tambourine on a section of a song.
did that work out? I'm guessing it didn't because you haven't used it.
No, it
since.
worked. It worked fine. It's just it's kind of a lot to set up. It's just another
yeah.
it's another thing to have to deal with when you're playing a live show.
Yeah,
and
our-
getting it
our
right with the
issue-
sound guy so that nobody nobody hears the click and
Oh yeah,
Right.
we had issues with that when we
played along to it. It's kind of a hassle.
Yeah.
when we would play certain shows and they'd record it. Like we'd have to explain that Mike's pad and the click were from the same source, but we didn't want any bleed,
Right.
And that was hard to do. And then I remember like
There are ways to do it. It's just
there were a couple of
Yeah.
shows where like we would get so off the rails on a song and we'd be like kind of near the beginning, so we would just start over because our backing track was so important that like if we made like a mistake that really killed it, we would have to stop.
Yeah.
And that happened a couple times, but it wasn't that noticeable for the audience as much as it was for us.
Right.
I feel like, but
Those are most mess ups on stage.
yeah.
It's like you're getting on a roller coaster when you play to a backing track. Like once like they press the green button to
Here we
start
go.
the ride,
You're on the track.
you're
I feel
on the
like-
track, and if you get off the track, it's like you get out, you fucking fly out of the cart and jump. And die.
Yeah, and like
And die.
and die like in Donkey Kong.
We all don't do too bad. I feel like everybody else in the group has had some like marching background where they're literally standing out on the field, moving their
I
feet
never
to
did that.
moving their feet to a click. I'm pretty comfortable with a click, and that's just the thing. So then make sure you rehearse it.
Gemini was the killer song for us.
I go
like
look,
killer.
I go back and forth with playing a click live because I'm also, I don't know, I'm like, I want the song to breathe, man. Like the song, like that song is just a naturally faster. That portion, part of the song
your
is a naturally.
drummer, if your drummer can make playing to a click sound natural, then it doesn't matter.
Sure,
That's the hard part
that
of it.
is a thing, and I don't think it. Ultimately, if I'm being, unbiased about it, like I don't think it came off robotic per se, but like,
Then
I
you're
like the
stuck,
idea exactly. I like the idea that like you're just like, hey guys, let's do this part faster this time, and it's like you're like, yep, let's do it, and then that's it.
Sometimes it just naturally happens. You get to a section of a song, and it just, there's a change there, and it's just, and aren't all songs faster if you're not
Because
it's
even
live?
DJs do that. DJs
You know what I
do
mean?
songs
Depends.
faster
Yeah.
and slower.
Depends.
Well,
like when we played, since we had the backing track, they were the same speed.
Right.
every time. But and then there were times where like we'd write a song and we'd be like, yeah, this song's great. Where it just seems a little fast,
Right.
And then we'd have to totally recreate the track. Well, not recreate the
No, we
track.
just had
but
to slow it down. And
we had to slow down the track's tempo, but we had to like re-put it onto the thing.
to the thing, and then slowed it down there.
And a couple
and then-
times Mike would accidentally keep the old one, and then we'd be playing live somewhere, and he'd hit the old one. Remember that? Or that happened like once. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, most of the time it
it
went
would
pretty
get
well.
confusing.
You did the fast version.
It was confusing.
But it was a practice. You had to practice that crap because
One time, like we did a song where we elongated a part, and I accidentally hit the one that wasn't long, so then it like jumped to the.
It cut
next
you guys
part.
off.
And then we
then it's-
expected that it was longer, and then it wasn't. That's a tough one. And as a 3-piece, like when everything dropped out of our tracks, we'd feel
naked.
Oh, just
so
exposed.
naked. And then we tried to do at the end of our last kind of iteration of the group, we were doing jams at the end of songs. That, and then we tried to transition them into the next song, which did work out a couple times. It was fun, but it became such a pain. But I'd be willing to go back to doing that for a show, but it's just such a tough.
It wouldn't be doing it.
thing.
It would be like a one-off thing. It'd be like you play normal music, and then like one song you do the Galaxy Dynamite song to the backing track. You know what I mean?
So
Sure.
yeah, we didn't even do the full set. Same thing. It'd be a few songs that we chose, and we would do them back to back, so that there wasn't any complication. Like,
Right.
hey, this is where it is in the set, and they're all going to be back to back. But like you can ask Stuart about this when he comes in. But he would actually program. There was a couple of them where we actually programmed in tempo changes in the middle of songs, and he would do part of the backing track was he would go in and record his voice going.
I've
It's
always wanted
3,
to do that.
2, it's fast. Like he's giving you the cue in your ear.
But that's going
I
in
told
your-
EJ I wanted to do that, and you were like, "Don't do that. It's cheating or something."
It is cheating. We
'cause I
and
wanted
it was
to put
it was
it
the
in
easiest
there.
way to pull off a tempo change and not.
That's
throw
how
anybody.
they do it at worship stuff, like
Oh,
those
yeah.
big production worship
look,
rock bands.
I'm
they do
giving
that.
you all the secrets. I mean, we did it. We
Because
cheated.
I wanted to be like while I'm doing, like, okay, Mike, you're gonna come in 3, 2, 1, now. You know what I mean? And like,
There's actually these programs.
wrong with that?
There's actually these programs that they use now that like it's
Did I
like
cause problem?
what's wrong with cheating?
there's a program now that you can get it's like a voice that's like going 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know if I'd like that.
And then instead,
No,
like if somebody
no.
pressed a certain button, it would go to the bridge 3, 4, like that. It would do it to the tempo.
Yeah, a lot
And
of
it's
gospel,
it's a
lot of
program.
gospel chop stuff.
Like, yeah, the
I think I'm in the wrong business.
The person who's leading it, they like hit it and it goes to the bridge, 3, 4, and the band does it.
Can we have it programmed like James Brown's voice instead?
To the bridge. Yeah, I mean, like, that'd be better. But like, I've seen some drummers on Instagram like showing off how they do that, and because not every show is the same. Because sometimes in worship they'll be like, we're gonna stay on the chorus for longer, just
you can tell everybody's feeling it.
Yeah, it's about feeling. And I thought that was cool that they've developed some technology that kind of does what you were just talking about, but in a automated.
Before it's like
way.
because when you're doing like gospel music and stuff, you have like them like preaching, like, you know, people feeling the moment, and they're like, you know, they want to come in and start talking about the Lord, you know, and the band's got to stay the fuck out of the way. You know what I mean? At all times.
The band has to know different cues to like for different moods and different things. It's pretty cool. I would probably do pretty well in a worship thing, but I'm a Jew. They won't let me do it. I'm just kidding.
They probably would let you do it.
I was gonna say they probably would.
Do you guys want to
God
go
showed
to
them.
the after party scene? It's almost like 11.
Yeah, we have to. But we are gonna do one more snack attack, and then we're done. So let's do it.
It's a Nate Snack Attack, Snack Attack.
Candy.
It's a Nate Snack Attack, Snack Attack.
Tasty.
It's a Nate Snack Attack, Snack Attack.
My tummy hurts.
Oh no.
It's a Nate Snack Attack, Snack Attack.
All right, welcome to the Nate Snack Attack. Today we have some stuff that EJ brought, actually.
It was for the last Tuesday.
Yeah, when Chris was going to be here instead of me,
Yeah.
but we ended up not doing a show, so we're going to do some of those today. He brought these interesting wild chips, which are chicken breast protein chips.
Yeah.
They have a lot of protein.
They're not made with potato.
No, they're made with chicken. And this one is pink, Himalayan pink salt and chicken. And we've also got chicken and waffles flavored. I feel like I had these once, but I can't remember. Let's try them out.
All right.
Chicken and waffles is a flavor I feel like I've had on a
Oh, that's interesting. It
on a
smells.
snack.
The bag smells like the
Breakfast?
No, it smells. Not. I didn't open the chicken and waffles one.
Oh.
This one smells like
That's the control.
like fried chicken, like the skin.
That's the control.
That's the control.
Yeah, we don't want to do that for the waffle one first. It smells like fried chicken. It smells like the skin that you would get.
Is that like a thinly sliced piece of?
It's epic.
That's really good.
Is there a?
I don't really
there,
like the end of it, but I like the beginning of it.
Must I smell before I? A waft.
I like that more than most chips.
I do. It tastes like the skin from the chicken.
It tastes like pork cracklings.
But I
better.
I get a total
Yeah, but
chicken
better.
experience there.
It does have a weird texture when you get to the end.
It's at the end. It's like it doesn't taste like real food. It tastes like you just ate something that wasn't edible.
So it tastes like you ate like mechanically separated.
But it's
chicken
good, though.
skin.
But yeah, I don't mind that. I feel like with a dip, that'd be really good. Like, I don't know.
Can I have more? Can you pass that?
Well, let's
I
try
don't-
this one first. We're gonna eat more at the after party. We've got the chicken and waffles version, so let's see if that adds to them. Oh my god!
You,
Smells
you
straight-
tear things really weirdly.
Well, this one has a tear thing.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. I usually
guides
go.
the
I usually
tear.
go by what the bag does.
Then you tear things most appropriately.
It did. It was a weird thing. That smell is very breakfasty. We're gonna see if it tastes like.
I don't. So on the last one, I don't know if I can follow you guys that it's
Oh my
better
god.
than a crackling.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I have my thing about pork cracklings that I don't like is they're not consistent.
Those taste great.
And sometimes you like put one in your mouth and it's like hard as
It hurts you.
freaking
So,
Yeah,
so one
yeah,
of
you
so
have
one of
this
the
hard
things
part.
that I do because this is a move I do with cracklings.
You
is
put them in milk.
I put them in. Yeah, that's the move actually. We're gonna try that later. No vinegar, like a malt vinegar.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
I could try that. I like malt vinegar.
I like those
I'll
better.
I'll soak them down a little bit.
I like these better.
Look at this.
It's really good.
No, I didn't smell.
It really it really tastes like chicken and waffles.
It tastes like it has butter on it.
Yeah, I mean like that's better because it definitely gives you a breakfasty thing, and the maple is good. I like it. I'm gonna rate these real quick before we move on to the last two snacks. I think I'm gonna give these like a 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really strong. It's just not like the end of it is what kind of takes it down for me.
It kind of tastes like when you get to the end of it, it kind of tastes like it's made of paper.
Yeah, like you ate cardboard.
Yeah, but
Or
it's
something.
not.
But then you realize too that it's probably better for you than chips in terms of certain things. So
I think it is, actually.
I'm gonna give this a solid 7.2.
That's good.
It's really good. It does have that thing at the end, but the fact that it's like caked with the chicken and waffles flavor, it kind of helps that out.
It
a
tastes
little
like chicken and waffles. It's good.
bit. You guys want to rate them, Mike?
I like the first one better than the second one, but not by much. That was really dank. I'd give them like an 8.9.
Wow.
8.9.
8.9. Dang.
I think he used the phrase epic.
Yeah, it was probably one of my favorite things I ever eaten
Nice.
here.
That's awesome. EJ, what about you?
I'd stick around where you are. I think it's like probably a good 7.5.
Yeah.
Both of them.
It's like it
I like
would
the
it would
waffles
be
better.
closer to Mike's score to me if it didn't have that weird texture.
Imagine like
That's the only thing
eating,
that's knocking it
imagine
from a
because
10.
the thing is like the texture goes away when I'm not thinking about eating it by itself. I'm thinking about if I'm eating like an Italian sub and I'm crushing that with it.
and you're eating
That'd
it
be
with
good.
something.
yeah, you wouldn't notice how it feels
Right.
in your mouth after because you're like shoving a piece of sandwich in your face at
Right.
the same time.
Gotcha.
Tony?
Yeah, I mean, I'm biased in my taste buds. So, for instance, the chicken and waffles. I'm not a sweet and savory guy too much.
Yeah.
So, but it was still good, and so like it still gets like I'm gonna say like it crosses over the middle ground. So it's like 5.9, you know, somewhere up there, upper fives.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Again, with that not being my preference in taste, but I'm going 7.3.
On the regular ones?
On the regular ones, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed. I didn't have the issue with the back end taste.
You know what's weird is
It made me want pork cracklins.
I like. Okay, so there's one.
You guys like inserted that in my brain too before I got to take a bite.
There's one pork crackling company that every one is like soft or like doesn't hurt
The
your teeth.
perfect area,
It's like
yeah.
bacons or something. Bacons. I don't know. I'll bring them in. Also, just a little info. This is made with chicken breast, egg whites, and chicken bone broth. So bone broth is actually supposed to be really good for you.
It's like paleo, it says on it.
Yeah. I think that's
Means
probably
it's
where I
like
saw 'em.
from the Jurassic.
From the Paleolithic era.
All right, guys, let's try 2 more snacks, and then we are done with the show. These are Maddie and May's fancy popcorn.
Ooh.
This is called bourbon barbecue.
Bourbon barbecue.
So barbecue flavored. It says no high fructose corn syrup, no synthetic colors, no artificial flavors. Let's try it out.
Do you guys ever? I don't know how many snacks you've done on here. I'm sure quite.
We've
quite
done a lot.
few. But do you ever look at the aesthetics of the packaging?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You get into that.
Yeah, I like
Does
that.
anything ever rate higher just because of the aesthetics of the packaging?
Sometimes it rates lower.
Fair
Oh
enough.
my god. Sorry, I just
What
wanted to
was
make
it?
sure.
Was that Jack and Jill's where we joked about somebody
how
farts
it smelled
into the
like a
bag?
fart in the bag?
Yeah. In the bag. It was
These
very
don't
good.
smell as good as it ends up tasting in your mouth. It's like
I
gotta
feel like
pass
that
it,
doesn't
Mike.
usually- I feel like that.
And then we've had some
he
just
loves it.
really, really
That's what
bad
that,
stuff.
That's what that is.
Oh my god.
When he starts Bogarting, he's like,
It's so deep. The flavor.
it reminds me of this barbecue rub that my sister got one time, and we put it on like everything while we had it.
I wish there were chips that tasted like that. Oh my god.
I'm not offended by the initial.
I thought
smell.
EJ would like it better, but his face said different.
I'm like in love with it.
Yeah, I think that's a high score for me. I'm gonna keep it to myself though for now.
Does it remind anybody of like Lay's barbecue chips?
Yeah, dude, it reminds me of like bourbon barbecue.
But there's like a little sweetness in there.
There
They put
is.
a little sugar in there, and it kind of sets it off. It makes you want more, and it's got a little heat too at the end.
There's a little bit right at the end. You're right.
I also do like the packaging, as Tony was talking about. It does look fancy.
It's nice.
I like the little hand holding the little kernel.
I didn't like it at first.
It's strong. All right, let's
But I
try.
like it now.
I have another. This is the last snack today. Thank you guys for joining us. This is Nate Snacks. Snack Attack, chocolatey churro fancy popcorn.
Yeah.
We had a chocolate churro
Marshmallow
thing, yeah, one time. All right. This is one that I'm definitely taking home if we don't finish. This has actual chocolate in it. So watch your hands. Look at that. It looks pretty good.
This is like the 2 best popcorn things I've ever had.
Oh my god. It gets better. Like, you get one that's like, I don't know, and then you get a bunch in a row. You're like, oh my god.
Megan is gonna love this shit.
If the corn don't get you, the kernel will.
It's like I would literally give that like a 9.5. Like I'm gonna go to the store and like always have that.
They're
shit.
at Whole Food or Fresh Market. All right, let's see. Well, you guys do your scores first, Mike.
9.5
for both of
That's
them.
it. Yeah, definitely. Both of them I like to equally. Both of them I want to buy it and just have it.
EJ,
8 on that, 7 on the other.
Tony.
I guess I'm hard to please. I'm going to go on that last one. I'm going to go 6.5 and then even 7 on the front.
What do you like to snack on?
Fresh fruit.
Like I'm like a
fresh fruit.
Salt and vinegar chips kind
Yeah.
of guy.
I like salt and vinny.
I really like Tang. I don't eat a whole lot of candy. Like sour candy. Like just whatever that is. I don't know why. You know that still kind of does it for me. But
sour. You like vinegar, sour.
Yeah, I mean it's again just kind of rank vinegary stuff. I don't know.
My girlfriend calls salt and vinegar chips douche chips.
Oh Lord.
Why?
Because she does not like them, but because of the vinegar and water douches.
Oh.
Ew.
Because
Thank
she
you.
doesn't like them.
I'm glad that's what they
and I'm like, I know what kind of chips I'm going to get.
This is something that I've never seen on a bag that I just wanted to point out is that it has a QR code on the back that says "Scan to reorder."
Oh,
I like that. That's a good idea.
What website would pop up if you
Theirs,
see it?
I guess.
Theirs.
Amazon?
No, probably their actual website. Maybe. Anyways, I'm gonna have to go with Mike's kind of assessment. I think this is a 9 popcorn, like in the 9s.
Wow.
I think this is it's hard for me to say which one's better. I kind of like them both. I think I'm gonna give both of them a 9.3 and call it a day because like one's sweet and one's really savory, and this company is really good, so I want to see what else they have. I'm going to try to find more. So
Tony, usually I'm like shitting all over everything.
Mike's usually the curmudgeon.
Yeah, I'm usually don't like it.
I mean, again, you're talking to a guy that like drinks pickle juice. Like,
oh, I do too.
like that's like
You don't?
I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't,
get, like,
but I don't on the
Clausen's.
reg.
No, like Clausen's are my favorite pickles.
You
and
actually
then-
drink the juice at the end.
Clausen's is good.
And it's like an
I do not.
elixir too. It's like actually pretty good for you.
I pour it down to the
It does have a
drain.
lot of sodium and sugar, but pickle juice has like alkalines that are like electrolytes rather. That's what I meant. Electrolytes. And then the garlic in there is actually really good for your heart and cholesterol. So, anyways, guys, I think this was a great way to end Fancy Popcorn or Maddie and May's Fancy Popcorn. Thank you to Tony for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks, Tony.
And
Thanks
we
for having me.
really appreciate it. This was a different thing because we don't usually do Saturdays. So look for this episode on YouTube with our other ones. And we'll see you next time on Galaxy Jams. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
bye-bye.
Hey, where you going? Don't think about changing that channel because in just a few minutes we have the exclusive after party stream happening right here. You get to hang out with the band, help us choose song names, and even spend some time with Theodore Bonbon. We hope that you can hang out with us today in just a few minutes for the official after party stream right here on Twitch. See you then.
We'll be right back.